All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another beautiful morning. Your favorite crew, we're here to break down sports. Obviously, I am joined by my phenomenal panel. I got Trey,
What's
Jay,
good?
Coach Dante.
What's
and
good? What's
Trey.
good?
How y'all feeling today?
Oh, I'm good. I'm great.
Well,
Pride, I think Mitch gonna hide from you today, Miss. I think you can only catch him. I think you can only catch him though. Coach's corner tonight, 6 o'clock. You can catch him. You can catch him right there. But he hide.
I'm telling you right now, but I'm gonna be a mess in the comments. Let me tell you, bro. Because see, I wanted Bishop here today.
He tried to get on. He having problems with his computer.
Oh, it's problems with the computer now. Trey, stop
pretty convenient since he dipped out yesterday.
I'm saying, bro, he all of a sudden he just disappeared on us. But we got a great show packed for y'all. Notre Dame, they hired a new head coach. We're gonna talk about some NBA and obviously, the story that's still going on, the MLB lockout, and much more. But before we do any of that, Thursday night football. It's going to be the Saints and the Cowboys. I did not realize I can give any less of a shit of a game until I saw this Thursday night game. I might actually skip it. Dallas is going to look like complete dog shit because they're going to have a whole bunch of key guys out. If I'm not mistaken, I guess CD's not going to be playing. Amari's back. But Jerry Jones already said that the game plan is going to be running the ball. In terms of the Saints, you got Taysom Hill finally getting his first start this season, which anything is better than dog shit Simeon. He doesn't even deserve to have his first name anymore. We about to strip him of that. It is in New Orleans. It's an away game for Dallas. So, Trey, who you got winning?
I'm gonna stay with Dallas. I'm not gonna give up on them yet. I'm not a Dallas fan, but you got to recognize what it is. And I don't know. I know Taysom was 3-1 as a starter last year, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I mean, last year is what it is. It's not going to be enough to sustain. They are beaten up, still missing their all-star running back in Alvin Kamara. I think Dallas will have more. And we'll walk away with a win for tonight.
I'll turn off my cam for no reason. Jay, Amari Cooper is, even though he's quote questionable, they said he's going to play. And same thing with Alvin Kamara. He's another one who is listed as questionable. However, they do have them have him playing. Do you think that for both teams that Alvin Kamara is going to get the lion's share when it comes to the Saints offense? And do you think that the Cowboys should run most of their offense through Amari Cooper?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm still a firm believer in the run game. I think Alvin Kamara gonna get his. If he's on the field, he's still gonna get his share. I mean, that's a no doubt. Especially with the questions at running back, at quarterback, they're probably gonna want to take more with the run game just to limit the amount of turnovers and whatnot. Me personally, listen, Ezekiel Elliott's on my fantasy football team, and I'm a Cowboys fan. So, man, when they said they're gonna run the ball, run, Zeke.
Yes,
run,
sir.
motherfucker, shit, run.
Yes, sir. And by the way, Gritty and Yuki, no, he's not. I think it's Dan Quinn that's going to take over the play calling responsibilities. So
I didn't like that. I really thought Kellen Moore should have had that one.
Honestly, I would have, but I get why they went with Dan Quinn. But before we go on to anyone else on the panel, a special introduction to the man who decided to break his computer yesterday because he couldn't handle any more of the Lincoln Riley talk. He was so tight. He was like, hey, yo, my computer's smoking. I got to go. He tried to dip on us, but I think he assumed that because the Lincoln Riley stuff is, quote, old news, he'll be able to get away with it. The man, the myth, the legend is that man Bishop. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, y'all?
Welcome back, Bishop. What's going on, Bishop?
What's up? What's going on, Coach? How you doing? What's up, fellas?
I'm doing great, Bishop.
I'm doing.
I've been looking
I
for
feel
you.
like Lincoln Riley.
I know
right
you
now, bro.
have.
I'm
I
doing
know you've
great.
been looking for me. I know
doing
everybody
great.
looking for Bishop, man.
Yeah,
Everybody
we've been
looking
looking
for
for you because look, man. Lincoln Riley finally left that toxic relationship. He's so happy. He got his new. He's glowing. He's glowing. And all of a sudden, one of the ex's friends is out here mad, calling like disrespecting his good name. So, but matter of fact, Bishop, since you're here, it's gonna be Dallas versus New Orleans on the Thursday night game. Obviously, with all like the injuries and all that stuff. Do you believe that Taysom Hill can potentially lead the Saints team to a win?
I feel like Taysom Hill can definitely lead the Saints to win with Sean Payton behind the clipboard. Yeah, Taysom Hill can definitely do what he needs to get do what he needs to do to get that win for New Orleans. I truly believe that, especially with Dallas having so many COVID issues. They don't have a coach tonight. So yeah, I definitely feel like Taysom Hill. But then again, New Orleans don't have Kamara either.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So I just
So
saw it.
it's pretty much going to be an even matchup, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's going to really be an even matchup. One team doesn't have a coach. One team doesn't have a star player or two of their star players, I guess you could say. And Jameis Winston, I don't know if you consider Jameis Winston a star player or not.
Yeah.
But
he's the best quarterback on this
Alvin
roster.
Kamara is definitely the star player of that team. But I think Taysom Hill can get it done. We'll definitely have to see tonight how it all pans out. I just want to see how Dallas is going to be able to function without their coach tonight. A lot of people don't even like Mike McCarthy anyway in Dallas. A lot of people want Mike McCarthy's head on the chopping block anyway. A lot of people feel like coach in Dallas. But we know that's that buddy system out there with, the owner, Jerry's World. That's why they call it Jerry's World, because he pretty much, coaches, runs, does everything for them Cowboys, my bad. But with that being said, we're gonna see. We're gonna see tonight how it's going. I would love to see one day Jerry Jones just get on the sideline and just coach, because he might as well.
Yeah, he might as well.
He does everything anyway, everything else anyway. So I might as well. Why not? Just come out the booth. You know what I'm saying? Come out the booth, come out, the good seats, and come down and on the field and just coach. You know what I'm saying? Show them that you really are the coach, Jerry.
Yeah, why not? So yeah, as Bishop just said, so Alvin Kamara has officially been ruled out. Greg, let me throw you this question that somebody asked. If the Cowboys do better without McCarthy, even though it's only one game, can you say that Mike McCarthy is the problem in Dallas?
He's not the whole problem. Look, it doesn't matter who the coach is. They're saying the same thing when Jason Garrett was coaching, 8-8, and Coach Clapp and all that. So it doesn't
go all the way back to Wade Phillips.
Yeah, Wade and all that. So the Cowboys this is what they do. They are cowboying at the time that they normally cowboy. And I do pick the Saints to win this game tonight. Taysom Hill is better than Trevor Siemian. So I feel like the Saints will win I say they'll win by 3. It'll be a close game. But no, Mike McCarthy is not the only problem there. Now, if they end up going to the playoffs and losing in the first round, then they might try to, look for somebody different. But it's not just, it's, Dak. Dak has been probably part of the problem in some of these games that they've lost. Defense, has been a problem. So it's not just coaching.
Hold on, Greg. Real quick question for you, because I have to disagree with one thing. What game do you feel was Dak Prescott's fault for the loss?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, when he got beat down out here at Arrowhead and they only scored 9, that's him.
Was that his fault?
That's him.
No, was that his fault?
After the game, everybody said, "Oh, they're going to score 40. The Chiefs' defense sucks," and all that, and they only scored 9.
But is that his fault? Because if I'm not mistaken, he was missing some key players.
He was.
His offensive line wasn't helping him.
Nah, I'm not giving him that pass. I'm not giving him that pass.
No, you got to score more.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Come on,
Hold on, Greg. Let me help you out. I'm gonna tell you why. When y'all start saying this kid is top 5, I don't care what you're missing.
Who
when
said
Tom
he was
Brady
top
was
5?
in New England, hold on, Bishop. Tom Brady's final year in New England, he had no offensive weapons. That was basically the reason he left. Nobody cared. They said Tom Brady was falling off, and they blamed Tom Brady solely. Aaron Rodgers. Which game was it that it was everyone? He had like 3 key players out on COVID. Who was it against? It was earlier this year. It might have been the Chiefs. Maybe. It was a game that it did not look good for him. He just did the bare minimum. They won, but they said Aaron Rodgers was looking ugly because he was missing players, and they're saying Aaron Rodgers should be elevating everybody.
Pride, what you will not do
is this guy.
Pride, what you will not do,
and he's so great.
Pride, what you will not do is not compare.
That's all I'm saying.
What you would not do, Pride, is compare Dak Prescott to Aaron Rodgers and the GOAT. You will not do that.
No.
You will not do that. You cannot compare the two. You cannot compare the two, Pride. For one, you saying that you can't. Because
yes, you can. Because at the end of the
fine. Hold
on.
Hold on. Let me ask you this: who said?
Hold on, Bishop. No, I got one for you, Bishop. Hold on, Bishop. I got one. If I'm not allowed to compare to him, let me compare him to Patrick Mahomes, who last year in the Super Bowl, everyone was killing how he performed. Originally, they were killing him how he performed. No one mentioned the fact that he was hitting some dots and the receivers were dropping balls. Nobody was saying anything about the offensive line going down. It fell on Patrick Mahomes. So if I'm not allowed to compare him to Tom Brady, hold on, Bishop. If I'm not allowed to compare him to Aaron Rodgers, let's compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Supposedly, Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. Supposedly, he's great. Supposedly, he's phenomenal. When you're in that top 5 status, you need to.
But this is the thing, though. Anytime a team loses a game, who do they blame it on? They don't blame it on nobody but the quarterback.
No, they don't.
When have you listen to me? Okay, you tell me when outside of maybe sometimes coaches, they blame it on the coaches. No. But when outside of maybe sometimes coaches, when do they blame it on any other person outside of the quarterback?
Easy. The Cardinals game that they lost when AJ Green just stopped running the route.
They didn't blame that game on him.
On him. No, hold on.
They didn't blame the game on his law. They didn't blame that game.
They did.
No.
Bishop, they said AJ Green was trash because of it. They said that he sold him. They said AJ Green sold him. See, this is my only point. Hold on. This is my only point when it comes to like any quarterback that's top 5. If you imagine,
and you keep putting Dak in the top 5. No one said Dak was top 5. Who said that?
But the thing is, if you guys are gonna make it fine, y'all want to call him great, right?
No,
great, right?
No. Who said that? Who said Dak was great?
There's a lot of people that have been saying that.
Thank you, Greg.
Who said that on here?
Not on here.
I don't care about everybody else. Who said that on here? I can't speak for everybody else. Who said that Dak was great on here? I'll wait.
Hold on. You literally just said what game that he cost them.
I didn't say. I said who said he was great. You missing the question, Pride. I said who's on here said he was great.
You guys are insinuating that he's great.
No, it's not. You put words in my mouth. You put words in my mouth.
Because when
no,
Greg said, hold on.
You can't insinuate.
So this is what. So there is
I'm
a difference. To simply say that because he asked the question of why was it that it was Dak Prescott's fault is not insinuating that he's great. It's just asking the question. And I was thinking the same thing. Like
I need somebody. Hold on, Trey. Give me 1 second. I need somebody to go back into the reels, into the archives. Because I swear to God, I know Bishop was praising him.
No.
And at one point, Trey wished he was his quarterback.
No.
I swear to God, one day.
I tell you what. Do just like Freddie. Do just like Freddie and find that reel where you said I'm giving him greatness. You do
Here's what you do. Chat, do me a favor. Somebody. Matter of fact, Nate Nathaniel, I know you're watching.
My candy man.
We need Nate on the case. You feel me?
Yeah, get Nate.
Go find it. If you cannot, let me know, and I will apologize. But I remember. I think it was Trey who said that he was great.
I know I did not say that.
I think so.
Woo, Trey.
And Bishop, don't go woo, because you.
I didn't say that. I might have said he played well.
Don't do that
I
now.
might have given played well, but I would never say he was great. Ever. I never said that.
Yo, Greg, you put pressure on him all of a sudden. The conversation. You put pressure on him. Conversation not fun no more. But Coach, let me ask you a question. Obviously, we got two guys here thinking that Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal and that he's top tier and that he's great and all that. Oh, hold on. Is this Fredward? Hold on now. Oh, he in front of the mic, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to, and by the way, ma'am, do not defend this man. All right, ma'am, do not defend Trey. All right, we had him on the burger. We had him hot.
Who this is, Trey? Who you got this guy in your corner?
We got
They know better. They know good and damn well. I'm gonna say on their back.
But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to y'all that man, Freddie. What do you got to say?
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
Fred? What's good?
I'm just having a good moment right now.
So yeah, Coach, let me ask you a question. Oh yeah, I think we lost him. I think we got some internet. Oh, there he is. He's back. Fredward. You believe? Let me ask you this question since you're here. And then after that, I'm gonna go back to you, Coach. I promise I didn't forget about you.
Nah, you good.
Your favorite team, is in the NFC East, right?
The Giants, yeah.
Right. That's actually
the Packers? Which one was the
No, not the Packers. No. Listen,
The Giants. That's my team.
I think I'll be honest.
Yeah, because I get confused, man. It's like the flavor of the week.
I think it's time we stop with the whole Packers joke. I think we need to get over it, right?
I
So
agree.
your favorite team is playing Thursday against the Saints, the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know what do you think are the keys to win for your favorite team?
Our Giants don't play Thursday.
But your team, the Dallas Cowboys, play. So I'm asking you, what are the keys to victory for your team to win?
Well, first off, Rod, the Cowboys ain't my team. Never will be. But I will tell you this. I would not be surprised if Dallas Cowboys fold like chieftains that they are. I will not be surprised because we see time for time they win the games they supposed to win, but they lose the games that they shouldn't have no business losing again. That's what they do. They're an accident waiting to happen. They are waiting to fold. This is the time of the year around Christmas time where Jay McLovin be depressed. He be hurt. He be sad. He be beaten up because those Cowboys have let him down. That's what they do.
Well, I mean, honestly, Freddie, if it was the Giants letting you down, you're not going to be depressed because you got your alternate team, the Packers. I don't have an alternate team. My team is down by the Cowboys. I don't have that. I only got one hat. It's the Cowboys hat. I don't have any other hats or any other jerseys or any other favorite players. I don't got all that. I got one team.
I only got one hat too. If I need to put it down to show you what it looks like, I'll let y'all do that for you. But hey, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, Jay McLovin, his beard was so long. It was so long for the last time the Cowboys even went to a Super Bowl. Every time they lose, it gets shorter and shorter. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach. Hold on, Mama. Let me ask you a question. Jeez, I'm all messed up. Fredward got me pressed right now. Matter of fact, no. You know who got me pressed right now? Bishop and Trey for lying on my name, bro. They 100% said it. Nate, get on the case, Nate.
Waiting on Nate.
Get facts. Get up. We're waiting on Nate. But let me ask you a question, Coach. Do you think that because obviously Jerry Jones said that they want to, use the run game, right? Do you think that they should run through Zeke, or do you think this should be the week that they give Tony Pollard to start and give him a little more love?
They should possibly they should use the run game, period. I mean, that's the biggest thing that they got right now. The Saints do got a great run defense, good pass defense, so it'll be much more harder to run the ball against this team. When you're not scoring points, when you're scoring 6 points against the Buffalo Bills, that's not going to get the job done. The defense is going to break at some point, and the Saints defense is tops in the league and stopping the run and against the pass. So Taysom Hill opens up a lot for the New Orleans Saints. He gives the New Orleans Saints a different look and a different call for Sean Payton as well. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of zone reads, quarterback keeps, stuff like that fit Taysom Hill's game.
Yeah, and I'm look, maybe it's just me. Here's my problem. Here's my thing when it comes to Dallas, right? Every time I root for Dallas, they lose. Every single time. Every single time. I don't know what it is. It's like Freddie said, the games they're supposed to win, they somehow fumble it. I don't know what it is with them. I don't know what it is. And they got, you know what I mean? And this is a problem that they've had historically for like a while now. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to say this. I'm taking celebrity life. I'm going to take, he will fumble throw reception. I don't like Taysom. You know what? Matter of fact, just for that, my boy Taysom Hill, he gonna go virtually flawless. I'm talking about 3+ TDs.
I'm thinking about 350 of yards.
Yes, sir, 350. And listen, Bishop, hold on, Bishop, keep that face. Yes, sir.
Even a Russian team, bro. Even a Russian.
Listen, I've been saying this. I like Taysom Hill for a game or two. Like when Taysom Hill first starts, people don't know what the hell to do with him. They don't know. So I feel like the next two games, this game and next week for the Saints, are going to be crucial because when you put Taysom Hill in there, the first few games, defenses don't know what to do with him. They don't know. They're kind of just looking at him like, "Oh, dude, what do we do?" Like, you know what I mean? I expect a lot of Taysom Hill just kind of running. Don't be surprised if they even put Simeon out there for a play or two at quarterback and have like, you know, Taysom Hill at like halfback or tight end or running, or, you know, like have him put everywhere, and then the next play goes back to being the quarterback. I mean, right now, I'll be honest, I don't like either team. If we're gonna be honest, if I'm gonna keep it a stack, I don't like either team going into this week. But if I gotta pick one, I'm with Greg on this one. I think it's the Saints. I think it's gonna be a close one. Now, granted, should Dallas win this? 110% they should. But at the same time, they've kind of been doing this weird thing where they're not supposed to lose. I said for a game or two, not for a whole season. I got my guy Mac and Cheese. I got MJ10. MJ10.
Matt Jones is going fine. Why would Taysom Hill go to New England?
No, because see, Gritty is just poking fun at me because I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm just praising Taysom Hill for a little bit, and then, you know, took it, ran all the way with it. But I will say this: I think the Saints have a chance. And again, should they be winning? Yes, but at the same time, and when I say should they be winning, I'm referring to Dallas. But at the same time, Taysom Hill, he's got this weird thing where, like, he shows up and the offense kind of looks a little different. They almost look energized, and they kind of look like, oh yeah, you know, it's weird. Like, he's got this effect that he's making everyone kind of like him a lot, you know. And again, maybe it's just me, but I don't know. I for like the next two games, I think I might have to pick the Saints. Might have to. But again,
is Tony Pollard playing?
Yes, I think so.
I heard something about him being now because of COVID. I'm not sure. I might have read wrong. I was just like,
yeah,
I think if he's not playing, oh, they done. Because I don't know if you guys seen it. There's reports that the Cowboys might be interested in resting Zeke because of that knee injury. So, I mean, hey, to me, it don't matter about this Thursday, and Jay McLovin knows this because guess what? We know this team, they can look good in the regular season. They can look like a Super Bowl candidate. Because guess what? Let's be honest. We said this all year. They have one of the best offenses in the NFL. When you talk about one of the best wide receiving core, you have the best duos at quarterback. I mean, so let's see. So,
I mean, it is going to be interesting, and I will say this: let's say both Zeke and Tony Pollard is healthy, just for the fact of that injury. I think they should put Zeke on a touch restriction just for this week. Just, you know, give him a little, give him something. And I mean, I like Tony Pollard. I like him. I think he's solid. You know what I mean? I think him and Zeke are perfect 1-2. But, you know, we'll figure all that stuff out. And like I said, don't be surprised if the Saints win. I'm picking the Saints, and there you go. All right, what's up, Coach? Oh my lord. But let me ask y'all one more question, real quick, about Taysom Hill, and I'm gonna start with you, Freddie. Taysom Hill, is he gonna have a bad, decent, or good game?
He's gonna have a great game.
Mm.
Yeah, he already said that.
Dallas, a great game. He's not gonna have a decent. He's not gonna have a good. He gonna have a great game. Yes, Miss Trayvon, is this your friend in the comments?
I know, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sean Payton will call it same plays, a bunch of screens, very little first down. Best person on the team is a punter. He better stretch because he will be busy.
But guess what, Miss Richard?
Deep, it will be picked off. He throws where you are, not where you're going.
But guess what, Miss Richard? Guess who you're playing against? You're playing against the Dallas Cowboys, who, yes, people say, oh, their defense look good this year. Their defense look great. But guess what? It's not hard to look better than you did last year. I mean, y'all was by far the worst defense in NFL history. So I mean, it's not that hard to look better. So let's pump the brakes. And even though with Sean Payton doing the same play calls, guess what? You're not going to be able to stop the bleeding. You're not going to be able to stop the bleeding. So let's pump the brakes. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm just going off what it says on Facebook. My bad. Bunch of apologies to you. But even though I'm not done, Pride. Hell, who's been
Taysom Hill? Is he gonna have a good, bad, or?
I was not done with my take.
How are you gonna stop talking and then all of a sudden be like you're not?
I didn't stop talking. I was apologizing.
You put a little pause in there.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Go ahead.
There was a pause. There was a definite pause.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of under the weather. I can't go full throttle just yet. I'm sorry. Who's the coach again? Who's gonna be coaching tonight again? I don't believe it. Who?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, your defensive coordinator. I'm not sure he can coach on both sides of the football tonight. I'm not really.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think he is. I'll be honest with you. I think he's the head coach, but I think he's just calling the defense. I think Kellen Mond is gonna hand that.
Well, to me, I'm not too high on Dan Quinn. Haven't been since back in the day with Seattle with the Legion of Boom. Let's be honest. So I don't expect that defense to be able to shut down whoever's that quarterback for the Saints. I believe they're going to run Kamara. The Saints got a good defense. I don't expect Ezekiel Elliott to be a factor in this game. We don't know what Amari Cooper we're going to get in this game for him being out 2 weeks. We don't know what game we're going to get out of CeeDee Lamb for him being out 2 games. So, hey, pump the break. The Cowboys will fail. But Taysom Hill will have 350 yards, 3 TDs, a rushing TDs, no interception.
Stop it.
We'll have a better QBR than Dak Prescott.
Stop it, Freddie. What are you playing, Madden?
Hold on, Bishop. I promise I'll give you your opportunity to respond. Jay, Taysom Hill, bad, good, or great game?
Man, listen, you're talking about a guy who runs the Wildcat offense. Come on, 350 yards. He's a Wildcat guy, man. He ain't no 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. He might rush for maybe 1, but you got Micah Parsons still in the game. Come on, Micah Parsons going to give him fits. I ain't want to hear this crap about 350 yards, Freddie. That just tells you how much you know about football. He's a Wildcat guy, Freddie, for crying out loud. And that's all about coaching. You want to talk about Dan Quinn? You got Joe freaking Judge, man. Come on.
I'm assuming
better than Mike McCarthy.
Go back to production.
Hold on.
Joe Judge better than Mike McCarthy.
Joe Judge better. Go back to production, Freddie. Go back to production, man. Listen, please don't brag, but any pretension about the guy behind the curtain. He's not there. Yeah, okay.
We can bet that Joe Judge better than Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy just a figurehead. That's all he is.
I mean,
Hey, that's what you want. Hold on. Still, you're Joe freaking. All right.
Did you know why? Because Jerry Jones will not get out of his ego. He will not get out of his pride. He will not go out there and get a real head coach. He want a clapper. He want a yes sir boss. He want a guy that's going to do what he say do instead of coaching the damn football.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
That is
that's
what
true
has
on
been
that.
said about it. That is
Yeah.
the word on the street.
Well,
That is the word on the street.
Bishop.
Cowboys wish they can get a Joe Judge, a Mike Tomlin.
No. We
I
don't need a Joe
got-
Judge. We don't
I
need
know
a Joe
Judge. Hold on,
Judge.
hold on.
Never get
They
that
don't
type
wish
of coach
my
while
Joe Judge.
Jerry
No.
Jones running this show.
Yo,
I
Bishop,
said that. I
was
said
with him
Jerry
till
Jones.
he
All he
said-
need to do is go on the sideline. I said that, Freddie.
Yeah,
all he need to do is come down to the
I was
sideline.
with him
sideline.
until he said they wish he had a Joe Judge, and I was like, yeah, nah.
They
you
do,
put
'cause Joe Judge
in
is
the same
better than Bill
conference as Mike
Belichick.
Tomlin? Nah.
What?
bro.
Whoa!
No, my bad. Not Bill. Mike McCarthy. I'm sorry.
I was about to say,
Not Bill
hold on,
Belichick,
Freddie.
Mike
Hold
Man,
on,
Freddie's so
bro. Hold on,
discombobulated.
bro.
Bro, that's what happens when you root for two different teams. You get discombobulated a lot.
Joe Judge is
hold
better
on,
than
hold
Mike
on,
McCarthy
hold on,
by
relax.
far.
Bishop, let me ask you, Taysom Hill is going to have a bad, good, or great game?
He's gonna have a decent game. I wouldn't give him bad, good, or great. It's gonna be decent. Just like whatchamacallit said, he is a wildcat quarterback, so he's not finna throw for a lot of yards. He's not. That's not gonna happen. He'll probably have a lot of rushing yards, more than throwing yards. He's not a downfield threat. He's not a big, downfield thrower. But he will definitely, he'll hit the dump offs and stuff like that. But that read option and all of that, yeah, he's gonna do that. Sean Payton is going. The thing about Taysom Hill, Sean Payton is going to ensure that Taysom doesn't do nothing to hurt the team and force a loss. That's the thing. That's the good thing about Sean Payton. He's going to ensure that Taysom doesn't do too much. In other words, he doesn't do too much.
So
And
in essence, you're basically saying he's going to
game
game manage. He's going to game manage. Like,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm not mad at that. Greg, Taysom Hill, bad, good, or great game?
Taysom Hill will have a good game tonight. Taysom Hill is kind of like a Tebow in a way. The only difference is Taysom Hill can throw better than Tim Tebow ever could.
You're talking about because of the athleticism, right?
You say what now?
I say you're saying that because of the athleticism.
The athleticism.
Okay.
The athleticism.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying Taysom Hill is a better thrower than Tebow ever was, but they're kind of the same, So I think Taysom Hill will have a good game. We'll throw around 250, 275-ish tonight. He'll have a couple touchdown passes. Now, Micah Parsons is going to be a problem. He's one of the best pass rushers.
Oh, no, he will be
in the game right now. So they'll have to, probably throw some double teams out there, on Parsons. But now, as far as Joe Judge being better,
we're not talking about that, Greg. We're not doing that. We're not entertaining that conversation. We are not entertaining that conversation. We're not entertaining that conversation.
I meant Judge is better than Mike McCarthy. I know.
I want to say one thing.
Bill Belichick is the GOAT.
You do realize Mike McCarthy got a Super Bowl with your boy Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, what has he done lately? We are in
When has Joe Judge got a Super Bowl?
So Trey, let me ask you a quick question. Taysom Hill, bad, good, or great game?
Taysom Hill is going to have a bad game.
Ooh!
Oh wow!
Okay.
Bad game.
Okay.
Just like he talked about how Parsons is going to be tough. Y'all do realize that Lawrence is coming back for this game as well. So it's going to be one of those situations to where he's going to be running. He's going to be discombobulated. Even when he had Simeon. Or even when Jameis was there, they was playing. They really didn't have anyone to go to except for a dump down to Kamara here and there. And it's now Kamara's not there now, so it's going to be a whole situation where he's going to be. It's going to be an unfortunate situation for the Saints. It might even be a situation to where they have to put in Simeon in order to save whatever game is left to try to make a comeback. But I foresee Taysom having a bad game this his first game back.
Okay. And by the way,
Nate,
hold on. Now that you're here, Nate, look here, Nate. Well, I called you earlier. I need you to find me anywhere. Matter of fact, anyone on this panel. Anyone. Originally, it was for Bishop and Trey. But now I want to expand it to anybody. Find me for anyone who's been on this show. But again, My main goal is to find Trey or Bishop saying that Dak Prescott is great. That's the main goal. Now, if you can find anyone else, great. But I need you to find them too, please, Nate. And if you can, please doctor the footage because I cannot be wrong.
Yeah, he gonna have to do
Brian,
that.
have you noticed that when Trey came on here that he needed the backup from Miss Winona? I'm sorry if I butchered the name.
Miss Richard. That's how you say
Miss Richard. There you go.
Yes,
Trey, I didn't know you needed some backup. I mean, is that what we doing now? Is that what we doing? Getting backup, getting help?
I can assure I ain't never in my life needed any backup, and it won't be now.
Oh, okay.
Coach, let me ask you. Taysom Hill, good, bad, good, or great game?
Muted,
homeboy.
I think you have a pretty solid game. I'm gonna say he's gonna have probably 190, no interceptions, 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown tonight. I think Sean Payton, again, the only thing that kind of held Taysom Hill back is his 2 ACL injuries when he was quarterbacking for BYU. So it's not like the man cannot play quarterback. It's just the man is, like I say, like a Lamar Jackson type. He's not fast, but he's athlete. He's the type of player that you can rotate him around or rotate him on any athlete spot, like in any position, any athlete type position that's what he is. But he can pretty much throw the ball. And I don't know how consistent he's going to be, but he's going to have a solid game. It's going to be hard to game plan for Taysom Hill, someone that can pretty much run, and that's also like a big fullback as well. It's going to be hard to kind of stop that offense, and Sean Payton is going to use him into his skill set and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty much tough. And just like Freddie and Greg said on this podcast when I was listening to it, Cowboys are getting ready to go into cowboy mode once again, and we already seeing it. We already get ready to see it. We feel it coming. Greg. Cowboy mode is on the way. And I got a question for everybody. Is Dak Prescott a top 7, top 10 quarterback?
The NFL index says that he's a top 4 quarterback.
No, don't do that. No. He asked you. He didn't ask the NFL index. He didn't ask the encyclopedia. He didn't ask the dictionary. We asking Trey.
Every time, like I do, my stuff is based off of facts for the most part. I go research and make sure so there's validity in what I'm saying. And per the NFL index, Dak Prescott is a top 4 quarterback.
I just love the backtrack. Look at that. He's. Ooh, I know what he.
I'm sitting here. So, Coach, I'm sitting here thinking. I'm just trying to see compare the quarterbacks that's in the league right now. And if you're asking if he's a top, did you say top 10 or top 5?
Top 10, top 7 quarterback.
Pick one. Top 7 or top 10?
Yeah, give me top 7 or top 10.
I mean, top 10
if you say top 10, if you say
probably.
Is he a top 10, I gotta give him a top 10.
He's probably top 10.
You don't have
give him
to.
a top 10. Top 5, I don't see, because when it comes to top 5, Aaron Rodgers.
I don't got him in the top 5.
I don't have him in the top 5 either. Aaron Rodgers, the GOAT, Matthew Stafford.
Damn.
Matthew Stafford ain't top 5. Matthew Stafford ain't top 5.
No. I think he's saying hold on. I think he's saying quarterbacks that he would have over Dak Prescott.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Over
right?
Dak.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he said Matt Stafford the top 5.
Yeah, over Dak Prescott. Over Dak.
Lamar
Jackson.
That's a running back. Pop off.
My fifth
Kyler
one
Murray.
Kyler Murray, Josh Allen.
Kyler Murray. Yeah.
I'm taking Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
And listen. This right here might be spicy, and people ain't gonna like it. Justin Herbert, baby.
I agree.
Justin Herbert over. That. Yeah.
Justin Herbert's probably going over.
I like Justin Herbert.
Patrick Mahomes.
I was about to say Patrick
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL to me. He's the best quarterback.
He's
best quarterback in the NFL.
Thank you,
no, I got him top quarterback. He's the top quarterback.
Thank
Patrick Mahomes.
I got Patrick Mahomes top quarterback. Yeah.
No, you putting him over. You putting him over the GOAT.
I appreciate it.
I'm putting him over Tom Brady. I got Tom Brady is the second best quarterback in the game. Then I got Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Then I got Deshaun Watson.
No, you can't say Deshaun Watson. You can't say
Deshaun Watson. Well, like I say, when he's playing.
No, but he's not playing right now. So
yes, I can say Deshaun Watson.
Nope, you can't say
top 5 quarterback. I can say Deshaun Watson.
Y'all agree with that? Y'all
when
agree
he's
with
on the
him
field.
saying that that y'all really agree that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
you're
you're biased.
so
We
you
know
don't
you
count.
biased, Greg.
Yeah,
That's
you
like
don't
me
count.
saying Jalen Hurts
I know who
is
the
the best.
best quarterback in the league is. Do y'all really want to know who?
Daniel
Don't
Jones.
you come out
And
with
I'ma
nothing
say
crazy,
it.
Freddie.
And
Don't
I'ma
you
say
come
it.
out with
I'ma
nothing
say
crazy,
it.
Freddie.
He's gonna say Aaron
He's a
Rodgers.
bad
Oh,
immunized
here we
it
go.
all. Immunized it all.
You knew it was
Aaron
coming.
Listen,
freaking
You knew it was
Rodgers.
Listen,
And this is the guy that had the New Orleans blowout loss, right?
But what has he done lately?
You
What has he done lately,
New
Jason
Orleans
McLovin?
not happen.
What has he done lately, Jason
hold
McLovin?
on, relax. Hold on, time out. Relax, hold on.
I'm pretty sure New Orleans happened.
Yeah,
That was like 9 weeks ago.
All right, so
Mhm.
obviously Dak Prescott, he's a top 10 QB, right? He has
No,
to
he's
be,
not
right?
top 10. He's
Because
like
we
top
stopped
12.
at 8. We
Yup.
stopped at 8.
No, I didn't stop. You stopped.
I give him.
No,
yeah,
I
he's
didn't
at
stop.
9 or 10.
I just started going on a
Right,
different
he's at
tangent.
9 or 10. That's right. Yeah, he's
No,
right around
mine's
9 or
10
10.
to 12.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, he's 9 or 10. Yes,
9 or
for sure.
10. That's about
For
right.
sure,
That's
yes.
right, Pride. He
Which,
about right.
which 9 and 10, I don't mind it. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
mind it.
cool.
I do believe he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't
No,
think he's
to me,
top
he's
5,
not.
and I don't think he's top 7. Okay, Freddie. So hold on, Freddie.
Yeah,
so
thank you, Pride.
We had
Go.
8. We got 8.
Right.
What
Who's
other guys do you think are better? Like, give me
I
your other
forgot
2
the
names.
list, so I'm gonna start over.
Okay,
I got Patrick Mahomes. I got
Okay, that's
Aaron
one.
Rodgers. I got
2,
Tom Brady.
3,
I got Kyler Murray. Got
4,
Lamar Jackson.
5.
We got
Matthew Stafford,
Matthew Stafford.
6.
Who else?
Justin Herbert.
Just
Herbert.
Josh
Herbert.
Allen.
Allen.
That's 8 right there.
I got Derek Carr. ahead of him.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh.
I don't mind that one. That's a debate, though.
Ooh.
And who's number 9?
This year, we going off this year. I got Mac Jones ahead of him. Hey,
No, that's hot.
what about this
That's
year?
hot. No, listen,
about
hold
this
on,
year?
Freddie. Look, I'm a
Oh
Mac
my
Jones
God,
guy.
Freddie.
I'm a Mac Jones guy. That is my boy. I think he's on a great things. Top 10 quarterback for Mac Jones. You losing me, baby. You losing, and that's my guy. But top 10, you losing me, Freddie.
Did anybody expect this rookie to do what he's doing this year? This team to do what they're doing this year?
I understand the expectations, but at the same time, do we expect Dallas to make Super Bowl? No. Does that mean that we're going to say
No.
Dak
That's
Prescott's
wrong, Pride.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Freddie.
No, that's wrong, because we did.
Oh, hold on. We got Mike in Spotlight. Mike, I know what you're gonna say.
Look, I knew Spotlight was coming. I knew Spotlight was coming.
Mike, what are you gonna say? And by the way, Mike, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Mike. If you sipping on that Kool-Aid, and I'm telling you this right now, look, and so y'all know I'm not playing. If you're saying that Josh Allen is not a top 5 quarterback, I will kick you out of this studio so fast, Mike. So that's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Mike. Floor is yours.
Here's
the thing. And I'm explaining why I said that. He does this thing where me and Mike, we talk all the time, right? And he does this thing where, and Mike, you stumbled on this. You're going to get mad at me for this, but you stumbled on this.
I didn't finish my last
When
one.
it comes to, okay, all right, so one more. Give me one more.
My number 10, I got Joe Burrow over Dak Prescott.
Stop it, Freddie.
Ooh.
Stop it, Freddie. Stop.
No, I like that.
Wow.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Derek Carr and Joe Burrow, those two, you can actually make an argument. I'll be
Derek Carr
honest.
is a
I
top
don't think
5
there's
quarterback.
anything
Can
clear cut with
I
those.
take the floor, Pride? Can
Go
I
ahead,
take
man.
the floor? Can I take the floor, Freddie? It's Christmas already. You saying Carr is a top 10 quarterback? I'm listening, Freddie. I'm loving it right now. But people fail to realize that my boy is number 1 in passing yards in this league over the Patrick Mahomes, over the Josh Allen, over all these Lamar Jacksons and these Aaron Rodgers of the bad mans of the world. But my guy, Derek Carr, is the number 1 leading passer in this league. And for y'all to say Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady, what is y'all smoking? Number 1,
that's
Patrick
Coach.
Mahomes.
That's Coach Dante and Greg. That's Coach Dante and Greg with that.
Hold on. When has Patrick Mahomes beat Tom Brady? When has he beat him?
He
beat him before. He beat him.
One
He beat him before.
time in 4 meetings that Patrick Mahomes only beat Tom Brady.
He beat
Brady owns
No, he beat
Patrick
two
Mahomes.
times. He beat him 2 times.
Patrick Mahomes, no.
Not
Tom
when
Brady
it counted,
owns Patrick.
though.
When
Not
it
when it
comes to the
counted,
Super
though.
Bowls, when it comes to the Super Bowls,
If we
Tom
would have
Brady
had
Hold on. I will say, hold on. I will say
Mahomes
one
hurt
thing
his
about that. Hold on.
stats in
Hold
that
on.
Super
I
Bowl.
will say
You know
one thing
that.
about that. Hold on. I will say one thing about that. Did Patrick Mahomes lose to Tom Brady? Yes. And I've watched those games because I'm a Patriots fan. To say that they lost because of Patrick Mahomes, it's just me. I don't think it was Patrick Mahomes that lost it. He did what he could. Unfortunately, when it came to those clutch times at the last 2 minutes, the ball just happened to be in Tom Brady's hands, who, when he has the ball in those last 2 minutes, he's
But
just
I'm-
going to score.
If
That's
D
just how it
Ford
goes.
wasn't offside, we
Pride,
would have won that
but
game.
Pride. What is the number one thing in the NFL that everybody butcher quarterbacks for? Is losses, right?
That's true.
No matter if it's a defense, no matter if it's a special teams, quarterbacks get butchered off of wins and losses. And as of right now, Tom Brady owns Patrick Mahomes.
All right, so let me
Enough
ask you a
said.
question. If we're gonna go by that route, and if I'm crazy, let me know. By your logic, Mac Jones is better than Justin Herbert because we beat the Chargers. Is
I
that
think
the
right
route
now-
we're going?
I think right now, if you look at it right now, between the weeks that Justin Herbert's been playing, which they're on a losing streak right now, they have not won a game in the last 3 weeks. And the way Mac Jones has been playing, yes, I would put Mac Jones over Justin Herbert.
I'm sorry, and
I
I'm
would.
a Mac Jones guy.
I
and
would.
I can't do that.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm going off right now. I'm not going off what happened.
Yo, hold on.
in week
Come on.
two
Hold
and
on.
week
I'm
three. I'm talking
You just
about
lost
right
it.
now.
Spotlight. You just lost it. You're talking about
Right
right now. Yet Patrick Mahomes is dog shit because he couldn't beat Tom Brady 2 years ago or last year. So are we talking about right now, or are we talking about as a collective? Because when I say about guys top
if
10,
we're still talking about right now, I would still pick Tom Brady over Patrick Mahomes right now.
Absolutely.
Mike, go
Right
ahead.
now.
You got the floor. Hold on. Mike, you got the floor. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey,
Say
before
what you
Mike go,
Bro.
I think it's interesting. Hold on, Mike. I think it's interesting that the damn president of the
Go ahead, Mike.
other than the
Bro.
VP come on here to defend.
Can you? I'm trying to let him talk. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Derek Carr is a top 5 quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. Derek Carr is
You
a
can
top
make the
5
argument.
quarterback.
You can make the argument.
And you can't tell me he's not, because Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and all these other dogs out there with a far better head coach. Derek Carr's out there by himself with what? Darren
Nothing.
Waller?
With
I'm not mad
nothing
at
and
that.
still leading the league. He has
I'm not mad at
nothing
that.
and still leading the league in yards with
I'm not
nothing.
mad
He's
at that.
top 5. He's top 5.
So hold on.
Without a doubt.
So
I'm not
hold
mad
on.
at that
So let me
whatsoever.
ask you this, Mike. Hold on. Let me ask you this, Mike. So, and this is for everybody. So y'all mean to tell me because you're leading in passing yards, that makes you the better quarterback?
No. Hold on.
No,
Let me
hold
ask
on.
you
I'm
a
asking
question.
that question. I'm
No, I
asking
know.
that
I'm
question.
asking that question, and I'm gonna give I'm gonna let everyone else go. I don't think I look at it as the same way as you look at like the MVP award, right? If you get the MVP award, does that mean you're the best? No, but it's a piece of argument you can use to prove you're the best, right? Like if I'm looking at like passing yards, is that the end all be all? No, but that is something that is impressive, especially with the turmoil they've been going through, and B, his percent. If you couple it with his percentage, it's not like he's doing it throwing 50%.
He's almost throwing 70% of completion percentage, 67.5.
Right.
So what are we saying?
Right. So
with,
he's
with
saying
no
you dropped something.
receivers, with
Right.
no receivers, and Waller is injured. So what are we saying here?
So that's kind of my point. When you look at
Right.
that and couple the fact that he's almost at 70%, when you couple that together, I think you can make the argument that, not only does dude's got a deep ball, but he's throwing it efficiently. You can use those in the argument. Now, Bishop, I'm not saying it's the end all be all. Like if you lead the league in throwing yards, you're great. But that is something you can use, especially
I'll
if
say
you
that.
couple it with all the other stuff that's going on. You can make that argument. And Mike saying he's top 5. Look, I'll be honest. You can make the argument. I don't think he is, to be honest. I think he's like on the outside of the top 5. But if
Right.
you have him in your top 5, I don't think your list is broken. Like, because
Right.
especially what he's been doing, like Spotlight said, been going up and down, not only with all the drama, but Waller would be in, he gets injured, comes out, goes back in. And there's times
We lose Ruggs for the year. Did John
Right,
Gruden gets
yeah.
fired, and he's still doing his thing.
Right.
Like you lost Ruggs forever.
yes, forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now,
Like,
let's be
you lost
honest.
Ruggs
Now, let me
forever.
clarify something.
No.
Now let me clarify something. I don't have Derek Carr top 5, but he's definitely top 10. He's definitely top 10.
No,
And
no,
it's an embarrassment to have Dak Prescott over that man. I'm making a case right now that he might not even be top 11. I'm making that because Dak Prescott might not even be the best quarterback in the division. He got to worry about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts could be better than him.
You can't talk about Jalen Hurts. Bishop gave up on him.
No.
Now you're smoking.
Nah.
Now you're smoking.
Right now,
You gave up on Jalen Hurts.
Trolling on that one.
Hold on, I will say this.
You gave up on Jalen Hurts.
And Bishop,
No, I'm not giving up on
smoking
Jalen
that
Hurts,
shit,
but I'm
bro.
not saying he's better. No, I'm not giving him that he's better than Dak Prescott right now.
But Bishop,
I will say this:
You do realize that Dak Prescott numbers, a lot of his numbers come in the fourth quarter when the game is over. When the defense is playing
really quick.
well, they let you.
Hold
get
on,
a lot of
hold
things
on.
between the
Freddie,
lines.
hold on. Go ahead, Mike.
Throughout 4 quarters, Aaron Rodgers hasn't done a lick of dick all season. So I don't know why you're talking about the fourth quarter with Dak Prescott. That doesn't make any sense at all. But
what he's
It
saying
don't make any sense at all,
Mike, what he's saying,
because bro, you're talking
is
about
that his
garbage
stats come
time,
in
but
garbage
Rodgers
time.
is all garbage time. Rodgers has been doing garbage time all year long. He's been on a garbage rain all year long. So I don't want to hear
Win, Mike, win. You say it, but win.
Bro, he's thrown for 300 yards like once, and he played the horrible
twice.
Rams defense. And I'm sorry, in 13 games, get the fuck out of here talking about top
But
3.
what is that record? What is that record? So fuck out of here on that.
You just told me records don't fucking matter. So I don't
If that's the case,
When did I say that?
if that's the case, Friday, are we going off records now too? What is it? Records? Is it yards? What are we going off of?
Aaron Rodgers put his team in his best position to be 9-3 right now.
And when I look at a quarterback, this is what I look at. I look at everything encapsulated. I look at the yards. I look at the touchdown, the interceptions. I look at all of it. And not only that, but when I watch the dude, how do I watch him play? If I say I couldn't make a better decision and I'm dog shit at Madden, that's going to give you a knock. That's just my thing.
And
That's just me.
I know one thing. He wished bum Justin Fields would to lead his team to be 9-3, but guess what? He's not.
So
it's not all Justin Fields' fault, Freddie.
Okay.
First of all,
He
my
just said
players
that he want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. He's not
Hold
putting
on,
up
give
500 yards in the game. He's leading his team to win.
So my player is a rookie playing in his rookie year, and he didn't have the luxury of sitting behind Brett Favre for 3 fucking years. So, that's neither here nor there, but we can talk about it because you're the biggest Packers fan in the world. But we can also have the conversation of you're talking about this, and this is the answer to Bishop's question. You're talking about a guy leading in passing yards. Now, does that make him elite? Not at every time, because Patrick Mahomes, again, has Hall of Famers surrounding him. You have Tyreek Hill, you have Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Andy Reid, all these others. Tom Brady. You have Antonio Brown, Godwin, Gronk, OJ Howard, and Mike Evans, all these guys. And again, though, you have all this talent, even Josh Allen. You have Knox, you have Stephon Diggs, you have Beasley, who had over 1,000 yards last year. You have a bunch of dogs. Even Rodgers, you have Devontae Adams, one of the best wide receivers in the league. Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, has no excuse to not be leading the league in passing yards because he has an amazing offense with weapons all around him. But Derek Carr is doing it with nothing. So it does matter to that sense. You don't even have a head coach. At least they have Arians. At least they have Reed. At least they have all these guys. He doesn't even have John Gruden anymore. And that was their only thing really going into the season is at least John Gruden can kind of put something together. Now you don't have a lick of shit. You have your number one wide receiver for the future is in prison or going to prison. And Josh Jacobs can't stay healthy. Darren Waller can't stay healthy. So you have a horrible suspect offensive line. Every single one of them was pretty much a reach. So you look at it like that, and you can't tell me, you can't sit here and say, like, this kid isn't thriving. If this kid was in Green Bay right now, if this kid was in Tampa, I promise you Derek Carr is in the MVP conversation. For Freddie's point about records mattering, I guess we're going to say that Jordan Love's a great quarterback because he has the same record as Aaron Rodgers right now. But we're not going to do that, though, are we? So I think that's a very different conversation.
That's the most.
I mean, that Mike, I'll be honest, Mike, that Jordan Love one, that was a reach because Jordan Love isn't playing. That was a reach.
It's not a reach at all.
That was a reach. That was a horrible reach. That was
a horrible reach.
That was horrible.
Jordan Love is not on the field.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he was playing, yeah, sure, but he's not.
Yeah, he got a record, but he got that record because of someone else, not
Aaron
because of his play.
Exactly.
What's the
record? It does matter.
But it doesn't.
No, Mike, what you just said doesn't mean a lick of
How does it matter?
a
How
lick
does
of
the
salt.
record matter though?
Let's be honest. Why does it matter? It's because we know that that quarterback put us in the best position to win football games. Does
Who's us?
Aaron
Who's
Rodgers
us?
put the Green
Who's
Bay
us?
Packers in the
Who's
position to win
us?
football games? Yes.
Who's
Is he
us?
going out there losing football games? No. Is he going out there turning the ball
Pride, you
over
heard
3
it,
or
right?
4 times a game? No, he does not turn the ball over. He makes the right plays. It's not always about putting
Now,
up 300
wait,
and
hold on,
500
Freddie.
yards
Aaron
for
Rodgers
a
ain't a
game.
perfect quarterback, though. We're
It's
not gonna sit here
about
and act
Freddie,
like
helping
he's
your
not.
Can I
team
say, hold
win.
on, let me say
And
one
this
thing
so
real quick. Can
far
I say,
this
hold
year,
on, time out.
Aaron Rodgers
Freddie.
helped his team win.
Let me just say one thing real quick. I just want to say one thing real quick. Freddie, you messed up, and you messed up real bad.
I didn't mess
Did
up.
you say us?
Yes, you did, because you said us. I
I
thought
did
you
not
were
say
a
us.
Giants fan.
I've been
I
saying
didn't
say
it.
us.
We ain't loyal to
He said
nobody.
us.
He
He
did
said
say
I
us.
didn't say us.
He did say us.
Freddie.
I did not
He
say
did.
us. You can
Yes,
put
you
words in my
did,
mouth
Freddie.
all
Somebody
you
just
want.
scream
I
record
heard
that right now. Because
And the
he
truth
said us.
comes out.
You can put words in my mouth all you want.
Hold on. Hey, yo, Nate,
Run
timestamp
the tape.
about 5:30. Around that. Matter of fact, let's be on the safe side. 55 minutes flat. That's the timestamp.
Mm-hmm.
On today's show, December 2nd, 2021. Freddie, you got caught in 4K. I'm just throwing that out
I
there.
did not. I
Spotlight.
never get caught. I didn't get
Matter
caught
of
up.
fact, let me give the floor to someone who hasn't spoken in a minute. Excuse me. Coach, let me throw this to you real quick. So Mike said that he believes Derek Carr is a top 5 quarterback. And honestly, bro, we had a whole bunch of this stuff talking, but this conversation, this is fun. So we stick with this one. He said that he believes Derek Carr is a top 5 quarterback. Are you willing to accept that answer and put him in your top 5?
No, Dante's not going to do that because he likes Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, whoa.
I said, I've been
He already
saying
said-
all
he already
along.
said Patrick
Look,
Mahomes was
he got Derek Carr is number 7 for me, and I've been saying all this. But you can make an argument. You can put him in the top 5.
Name,
I got Watson at number 4. I got
the 6
Deshaun Watson at
quarterbacks.
number 4 right there.
Name the 6 quarterbacks better than Carr.
Huh?
Name the 6 quarterbacks better than Carr. Right now.
I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go with
What I say?
Tom Brady.
What I say?
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady.
Give him a minute.
I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers.
So hold on.
I'm gonna go with Deshaun Watson when he's on when he actually is on the field. When he's actually on the field. I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson. I'm gonna go Russell Wilson.
Are you serious?
Oh, we forgot about
Derek
Russell.
Carr.
No, you can't put Russell in there. You can't.
Yes, I could.
You can't put Russell Wilson.
No, listen,
Right
you
now.
put him in there
At least
for
he won a
the
Super Bowl.
season.
Hold on, time out. Hold on. Time out.
Right
Relax.
now.
Bishop, go ahead. Floor's yours, Bishop.
No, what I'm saying is you can't put in Deshaun Watson because
Yes,
he's
I
not
could.
playing.
No, you can't. He's not
You
playing.
can't. He's not playing. He's not playing. You
He's
can't
not
go off of what he
playing.
did last season. You got to go off
Hold
what's
on.
going on
Bishop,
right
hold
now.
on. Bishop, hold on. Let me ask you one question, Dante. Let me ask you, Coach. Let me ask you.
Y'all talking about right now. With no
And he's not playing right now.
All right. I can make an argument he's top 5. I was just doing it, based on whatever. I was just doing it based on, that was my normal top 5. That was the normal top 5 that I have.
Mike,
No,
don't
right
do
now.
that.
We talking about
That dude
right
is
now.
innocent
Right
until
All right.
now.
You talking about when they
Right
playing? Okay.
Yes.
Right
Yeah,
now.
I'll put him
Right
now.
now.
Yeah, I can put him now. Right now.
Okay, so you would put
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Greg, let me ask you.
Wait, Pride. He's saying he would put he's saying he would put Carr in top 5 right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because y'all said playing. That was the normal top 5 for me. That was normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. If
Even
Deshaun
if
Watson's
it's
playing, he's a top
even if
5
it's a normal
quarterback.
top 5,
But
you
he's
still
not.
can't put Deshaun Watson up there.
Oh,
Because
yes,
he
you
hasn't played all
can.
year.
Oh,
yes,
yes,
you
you
can.
can.
I could.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
you
I
can.
could.
Hold on, Spotlight.
Yes,
I
you
can put him
can.
top 5 if he's playing. If he's playing football.
Hold on, time out. Spotlight.
yes,
He haven't played in a
What he
year,
is
bro. He
saying-
can't.
What he is saying is
If he's
Deshaun
on the
Watson was
field,
playing,
if he's on the field,
if he was
he's
playing,
playing.
we would be
That's the word.
expecting him.
If. That's the
Right,
word.
but
If.
But y'all said right now,
Let's
so
change
he's
the
not
word.
playing.
Just change the word.
I
Let's
didn't
change the
figure it
word.
out
Time
right
out.
Yeah,
well.
well, he took Deshaun Watson out and put Derek Carr in there, so it doesn't matter.
No. Time out. Let's change the wording. When the last time we saw Deshaun Watson, he was balling. So
Yes.
Man had 33.
Hold on.
Man had
He
33
balled
and
out.
7
I'm not
on
putting no
the
Derek
team.
Carr in there.
balled
What
out.
is Derek
Balled
Carr
out
doing
as
in the
a
postseason?
Timeout.
What
The
is he
last
doing in
time he
the
played
postseason?
football.
He
He's
haven't
never
done
been in the
nothing.
playoffs. Derek Carr's
Deshaun-
never been in the playoffs. He's never won a playoff game. He's never done nothing because he's never
Bro,
been
Derek
in
Carr
the
broke his leg when we
playoffs.
went 12 and
Thank
4.
you,
He broke his leg when we went 12 and 4. What are we talking about?
Preach it, Greg.
He's
Preach,
done
Greg.
nothing.
Deshaun Watson only been to the playoffs how many times?
Greg, don't let spotlight
Every-
out
With the
talk.
Houston
You
Texans.
preach.
With the bum ass
I've
Houston
seen-
Deshaun
Texans.
Watson
What
only
the
had
fuck
one
you
losing
saying?
season. Deshaun Watson had one losing year.
One
One
losing
I've
year.
seen Derek
Get
Carr
One
fumble the
losing-
bag
one
a
losing
lot.
year.
Get the fuck out of here.
He only had
I've
one
seen
losing
Derek
year.
Carr
But
That's
why?
it.
Hold on. If he has,
Fumble the
I
bag
got a
lot.
question. I got this question. If he has one losing year, why do he went out of Houston? If he only had one losing year, why do
Because
he
of
went
Bill
out?
O'Brien.
He don't have no weapons.
Why do he went out?
Hold on. I'm out.
They
He
got
has no weapons
now.
now.
They don't have no
He
weapons.
traded his best receiver.
I would leave
And he
too.
still
I ain't got
33
nobody. I
7.
would leave too.
Deshaun Watson, he's not going to be
But
good
Derek
nowhere
Carr,
else.
ever since he's been in Vegas, haven't won nothing.
This
We only
is
been
crazy.
at
Y'all giving me a headache.
Nothing at all.
Trey, no, but Freddie, knock it off. Knock it off, Fredward. Trey, let me ask you something.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me ask you a question, bro. When it comes to, because we're moving on, because this is kind of taking a life of its own. We're gonna move on. Marcus Freeman is expected to be the new head coach of Notre Dame. What expectations do you have of him? And granted, it's not official yet. It's not official, but it's basically the only thing that's waiting for them to do the whole presser. What do you expect from him as the new head coach of Notre Dame?
Well, being a USC fan, I would expect him to lose. But you know what I'm saying, with unbiased mind, he's expecting he's the defensive coordinator. He's the defensive coordinator, so he's going to expect to have to continue to have some type of continuity. Brian Kelly was recruiting him to come be a part of his staff when he was the head coach. So obviously he has a high regard for him, and I believe that their AD is just following that blueprint and went ahead. He did his due diligence and went ahead and made the selection that he'll be the best man for the job.
All right. Spotlight. Obviously, Marcus Freeman, he's got big shoes to fill. Do you believe that this potentially could be too much for him?
Notre Dame ain't winning shit in the next 3 years. It's a fact.
We done jumped to college.
Yeah, we did. Bishop, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. Bishop, it was getting too crazy.
Notre Dame ain't winning shit in the next 3 years. They lost their best head coach since Lou Holtz, and that's a fact. When it comes to Notre Dame, honestly, I don't know too much about this man. I know Notre Dame football, they like to win games. They always have a good rival with USC. They always have other rivals outside of their conference, outside of the other conferences too. But I don't see Notre Dame winning nothing this year. I don't even see them in a bowl game in the next couple of years. It's a rebuild mode because a lot of players is going to transfer because a lot of kids are going to decommit because Brian Kelly left. It's just going to be the same thing like Lincoln Riley.
Why did you have to do that? You
Yeah.
didn't even have to bring him.
Yo,
I mean,
no.
Put it back up there, Prop. Put it back up there. It's not a shot to you, Bishop.
I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying when you look at it, you see how what happened with Lincoln Riley, that quarterback committed to USC after decommitted from Oklahoma. It's going to be the same way for Notre Dame when it comes to recruiting.
Which, by the way, that whole decommitting thing, we gonna talk about that one next because, I know Bishop that sticks to his craw, and Bishop, I'm gonna give you the floor on that one first. But before I go there, Bishop, let me ask you this question. Brian Kelly actually said that Marcus Freeman was going to be the next head coach. So before Brian Kelly even left, he gave Marcus Freeman, who was defensive coordinator at the time, he gave him that blessing. Do you think that's the reason he got this job, or do you think that they kind of already think that he's a good fit?
I think they already think he's a good fit. Brian Kelly, I really feel like, you know what I'm saying, him going over there to go over there and coach at Notre Dame and leave LSU. It just like coach and And Spotlight said, man, when it's all said and done, it's just like Lincoln Riley. Even though I hate to compare the two, it's just like Lincoln Riley. He actually said he's going. This came out of Brian Kelly's mouth. He actually said he's going to a better team by going to Notre Dame. He actually said that. That came out of his mouth. And for you to be a coach and to downplay Notre Dame or LSU and take the job as the Notre Dame head coach, that's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. Like, I see why, people are feeling the way they feel about Brian Kelly. Just like the same, and it's crazy because Lincoln Riley said something similar too in regards to saying he's going, going to a team in USC, which we all know USC is in the garbage division, and that that he's going to.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, Bishop, didn't Brian Kelly play at Cincinnati and left Cincinnati to go to Notre Dame? If I'm not mistaken,
absolutely,
he did the same shit.
Absolutely,
same exact thing.
Absolutely, and that's why he has no credibility. I feel like that's why he has no credibility, and that's why I totally agree.
He's chasing the bag.
Ain't right, and I totally. That's why I agree with you in regards to he's not going to win anything in Notre Dame. He's not. They're going to rebuild. They're going to rebuild. They are going to get some new recruits because it is Brian Kelly, but it's going to be a while. He's not. Like you said, I totally agree with Spotlight. They probably won't make the college playoffs next year. They probably won't. They may be 500 or so. We'll see. But we also know Notre Dame don't play nobody either. They just like USC. Two coaches are going to two garbage divisions, and they don't play nobody.
Well, I don't know about that.
Make them look good. That's why I feel like that's why Brian Kelly left LSU. But
Brian Kelly is going to fail with LSU because he's in a tougher conference than the SEC. Watch him, I tell you.
Right, and that's what I say. That's what I was just about to say. Spotlight. Brian Kelly left LSU because of the simple fact that he knows the SEC is the hardest conference in the NCAA, and he knows that he is not going to be able to turn that organization around. He's not. That's so. What's the best thing for him to do? And I feel the same thing for Lincoln Riley, being that Oklahoma eventually is about to hit the SEC. I feel like he feels the same thing. Whoa. That's too hot for my pockets, man. Let me go over here to USC where I can get some easy wins over here. Brian Kelly, let me go over here to Notre Dame where we ain't playing nobody and get some easy wins and make my.
But do you see the deals, good. Bishop? Do you see the deal that Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly is getting? They're getting more than just college football contracts. They're getting personal jets. They're getting mansions and stuff inside their contract, bro. Yeah. They getting that NFL bag. They just chasing the bag. They don't care about
absolutely
they're chasing the bag.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you on that spot.
And I'm sorry to say, Trey. But give Lincoln Riley 5 years and he's gone out of USC. Watch when I tell you.
Well,
just like the Lakers, we'll retool and come back and find somebody else.
Hold on. So I'm looking at the commitment list. Plenty of 4-star athletes. You got some linemen, defensive ends, some DBs. Like, there's some guys still here. Coach, let me ask you this question. So obviously, Marcus Freeman was a defensive coordinator, and he's just being promoted, right? And so he kind of knows the team. Since he was still on that coaching staff, combined with the fact that he got the blessing from Brian Kelly before he even left, do you think that this is really going to impact the recruiting process at all?
It definitely could, because again, he coached for Notre Dame, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Marcus. Marcus.
Okay. Notre Dame is a team. They're in an independent league. So independent league mean you rarely play people.
I thought it was in a conference. I thought they got.
No, they're not. Notre Dame is not really in a conference.
That's their basketball team.
That's why they call independent.
Well, no, they were in the ACC the year of COVID. So, but that was just that 1 year.
Yeah, they back in the independent. Yeah,
they independent. So that means they can play anybody. They can choose anybody who they want to play. They can just put the schedule and then gotta play them. That's why when it comes to the college football playoffs, they are an absolute dumpster fire and a joke, and they can't compete because they don't play anybody. And like I say, they look overmatched because they don't play anybody. They just independent. They choose who they want to play. So again, LSU, they're gonna have tough. They're gonna be tough, and I don't see how Brian Kelly is gonna survive LSU. You're playing Alabama, you're playing Auburn, you're playing Arkansas, who's very good. Tennessee got better. You're playing Florida. You're playing all of those teams. Georgia.
Hold on. Are they all
Mississippi State?
Mississippi State. Yep.
Are they
Ole Miss?
Texas A&M.
Are they all ranked?
Yep.
The majority.
Right?
The majority.
Georgia, Arkansas, Ole Miss.
Yep.
Them all good teams.
Yep.
Them all good teams.
I will give Brian Kelly this respect. And granted, the way he hit, him saying that LSU was better than Notre Dame, like that kind of was a spit in the face. I will give him props. Yeah. Lincoln Riley kind of went to a dog shit franchise, knew he was going to get paid, and kind of no disrespect whatsoever, Trey. But I'm not like Bishop.
Don't worry about Trey. He know they talk. He knows.
Yeah, he went to a program that knows we need at least 3 years to kind of rebuild and get everything together so that way we can hit. You know what I mean? Like the first year is going to be the honeymoon phase. Then year 2 is when they're going to start hitting the floor. The one thing I will say about Brian Kelly, he went to a place where there's going to be no honeymoon phase, where like he
got to win now.
Right, like he needs to show dividends immediately. Like he needs to step in, and they need to be better. Like it's almost
you see what happened with the last LSU coach. He was only there 2 or 3 years.
Because this is what I'm about to say.
Yep.
This looks a lot to me in a way like Jim Harbaugh, where the expectations are high, and it's dumb high. And if you don't make those, every year they're going to start looking at you a little funnier and a little funnier and a little funnier until eventually they get rid of you. And that's what this reminds me of. Like if he has no success year 1, they're going to look at him funny. Year 2, even funnier. Year 3, he could potentially be up out of there, especially considering that the last coach was only 2-3 years. He wasn't really there.
Hey, bro, I got a bold prediction.
Go ahead.
2 to 3 years, Brian Kelly will be the hell out of LSU. Watch what I'm telling you. 2 to 3 years. 3 years at the max. Brian Kelly will be gone from LSU.
I'm gonna one up you. I think he quits. I think he takes his ball and go home. I think
it was a Lincoln. No. Lane Kiffin. I think it was a Lane Kiffin.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, and y'all hear me. Listen, I'm saying this, and I mean it. In about 3 years, in 2 years, you're going to hear him all of a sudden bless somebody else. Kind of need to hear. He's going to bless somebody and say, yo, man, this dude, he's up and coming. He's going to be a problem. In 3 years, he's taking his ball and going home. I'm telling y'all, there's a difference. And I'm telling y'all, there's a difference.
I can see that.
LSU paying for his mansion. I don't know about that, man. LSU paying for his mansion.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
And I get that. Don't get it twisted. But here's the thing. We acting like he going to live in LSU the rest of his life. Yeah, they paying for his mansion. It's a rented mansion. But I'm telling you right now, let's stop acting like he ain't got cribs elsewhere. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he ain't got no crib in Notre Dame. Notre Dame took that away from him, too.
No, but supposedly he's got a house.
Hey, this story remind me of the great. Y'all remember Bobby Petrino, right? Y'all remember him, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know how everybody knew that Kelly was leaving? The players didn't know because he texted them, all the players that he was leaving. Now, he didn't have the audacity to say it in the locker room and let the players know that I'm gone. He texts a long text. And Bobby Petrino left the NFL, left the Atlanta Falcons with a note. He purchased a note on the locker and let them know he was leaving without telling them. Shout out to my that's what this all remind me of with Brian Kelly. You have the audacity to tell the players or the people that you were leaving.
Lincoln Riley did the same thing.
Lincoln Riley did the same thing.
No, hold on. And I'm not even capping. Like I'm not even trying to make jokes. Rumor had it he accepted the offer on the sideline. That's the rumor going around.
It's possible.
He's like, I got the job, and then he just stopped.
We need to talk about this, about coaches leaving during the regular season. We need that. That's a conversation that needs to be had because this is getting out of hand for college football. It's getting out of hand.
And they on the verge of football playoffs.
what you have to keep in mind is they don't leave during their regular season. Like Oklahoma left, Lincoln Riley left because there was no more games to be played. The off season is the playoff. It's the playoff game.
Wait. They still playing a bowl game. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
They still playing in the
But
bowl game.
as I
Like,
just
what?
said, if y'all pump your brakes for a second, I just said the bowl games is considered an off season, so they're able to leave. They're not. They don't sit up and look.
He's right.
Think
I
about
disagree
what's
with that.
happening. Like I got to pay
I see what he's
attention.
saying. I see
Yeah,
what
he's right because, like, you know how in like the NFL, like, even though that's why
if
they
you're
don't
not
call
in
it,
the
like,
big game, then
postseason.
if you're not in the big
so
game.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
weird
I
thing.
understand
So
that
they
you're not in
are-
a
so
big.
they-
I
yeah,
understand
they-
that you're not in
they
a
win.
big game, but you
I
still
mean, yeah.
playing in a big bowl game. That's still going to help. Okay, you say if they play.
Oh,
in
but
the
if he can't, hold on.
So tell me right now.
I'm just saying.
But to Lincoln Riley's point, I will say this: why should he care? Whether or not they win or lose doesn't matter because the contract is already signed,
And
sealed,
this
and
is
delivered.
why, and this is why he's going to leave USC in the next 2 to 3 years because he's going to do the same thing when this team is not succeeding. I'm telling you,
think so.
when the teams are, he's not going to be there more than 5 years. I don't see it happening for Lincoln Riley.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. By the way, Big Jonathan, we're not doing this again. We already did it. I lost weight. That's how much stress these guys out here putting on me, bro. I'm out here losing weight. But I will say this, and I genuinely believe this in my heart of hearts. I think Lincoln Riley lasts longer at USC than Brian Kelly lasts in LSU.
Okay. But let me tell you why, though. Let me tell you why.
Trey, he's only going to be more successful at USC because USC's in a weak conference.
No.
Now go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on.
No, I don't think that.
Y'all switching the conversation.
He's going to be successful because he's good.
Hold on. Lincoln, and I'm going to give it right back to you, Trey. I said Lincoln Riley will last longer in USC than Brian Kelly does at LSU.
Right.
And by the way, Spotlight, you can't sit here and say, oh, he's going to have success because he's in a weaker conference. Because you just said in 2 to 3 years, Lincoln Riley's going to be gone because he won't have success. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. Trey, go ahead and say what you want.
Basically, Lincoln Riley's will be, if that's the case, it's going to be because Lincoln Riley is going to be more successful at USC than what Kelly's going to be at LSU. It's just one of the things, regardless of what y'all say, y'all can say all day that Pac-12 is a weak conference, but they are one of the top 5. They're one of the big 5 conferences, and there's
the weakest Big 5 conference. The weakest Big 5 conference.
It's still a Big 5 nonetheless.
They're still the Big 5
But
nonetheless.
it's not saying nothing. What is saying
the
big?
Plenty.
How many
Because USC. Why was
Trey,
USC one of the number one?
Trey, how many conferences is there?
It's a plethora of conferences. It's
exactly. But after you name the top, after you name the Big 5, can you name 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
Yeah.
Stop it.
So, but basically, back to what I'm saying is, why was USC one of the most coveted jobs once it became open?
That's true. It was, and listen, and
because it's a weak
conference. Because USC, hold on, because USC has not had success in the last 10 years.
Relax. Hold on, time out.
USC ain't been great since loving basketball.
Right, I understand your point, but
they just played in one of the Bowl 6 games 3 or 4 years ago. Come on,
right?
man.
And not only that,
they're still irrelevant, and they still.
Pete Carroll made that job relevant. Pete Carroll
did they win?
Last time they was relevant. Before Pete Carroll, USC was nothing. When Pete Carroll got there,
that's when he was relevant. That's when they was relevant. They won. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. That's when they was relevant.
Bruce, you say Pac-12 is not a good conference.
They're not.
Listen. I think it is.
Okay.
I think it's a good conference.
They keep on getting
outside.
What makes them good, Pride? What makes them good, Pride?
Outside of Utah and Oregon. Outside of Utah and Oregon, who else is good in the Pac-12? Outside of Utah and Oregon.
Thank you.
Outside of that,
USC.
Y'all not
USC not good.
Stop it, Stop it.
We're not good right now. This year they're not good
right now.
I got a question. Can I ask this question? When was the last time the Pac-12 won a national championship? When was the last time?
2004. Was it 4? 2004.
Okay. Okay.
No.
The last time you
can I say my point? Hold on.
The last time you won.
Can I say my point real quick?
That was with Pete Carroll, right?
Can I say my point real quick? Then after that, y'all can go ahead and go back, right? Can someone do me a favor? What's the Power 5? Anyone, raise your hand real quick. Anyone, if anyone would like to indulge
the
me.
Power 5, I think it's the Big 12, the Big 10, the Pac-12,
ACC
SEC,
and SEC.
In ACC.
So it's the SEC, Big 10, Big
ACC.
12, Pac-12, ACC. Okay,
Right.
now the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the ACC. They're what? You want to call them what? Great, right? Y'all want to call them great?
No, I would say the ACC and the Pac-12 are the bottom two conferences right now.
Facts.
So the ACC
They're the bottom two
and who?
conferences
And hold on. The ACC and who?
The Pac-12.
The ACC and the Pac-12.
And the Pac-12, and they're the both bottoms.
They're
right?
4 and 5.
In my opinion,
Okay,
yes.
they're 4 and 5, right? So they're still part of the 5, correct?
Right.
So
They're
is it
still part
fair
of the
to
5?
say? Hold on. Is it fair to say that the ACC and the Pac-12 are good, and the SEC, the Big 10, and the Big 12 are great? Is that fair to say?
I would say Pac-12 and the
that-
ACC is they like on the borderline for me, but they're not as great as the top three.
But that's that's my point. Because I just said they're good, and y'all trying to come for me, and I'm saying, look,
I just think they're trash. I mean, if it wasn't for if Clemson was good this year, then
this
it
is
might
all I'm
have been a
saying.
different story. But Clemson has not been great this year, and a lot of teams in that ACC has not been great this year.
Right,
but
Pride, this is the thing though. Pride, this is the thing though. You're saying that, but the reason why we're saying they're not good because they're not in the top 3 out of the SEC, the ACC.
Right, no, hold on. But that's the thing. If you're saying in the top 3, then those 3 guys are great. That's why I'm not saying that the Pac-12 is great. They're part of the Power 5. And if you want to say they're a lower tier, that's fine. I'm not going to argue that. But I will say this: I don't think they're dog shit. I think they're definitely.
I don't think
they deserve to be in the
They're
top
definitely
5.
better. Pride, they're definitely better
this,
than the WAC.
I'ma say
They're
this,
definitely better than the SWAC. They're definitely better than the independent leagues, conferences and stuff. Yeah, they're above them.
So that's
But
all I'm
it's-
saying.
Let me say this before
They're
I go.
better than all that.
Yeah.
Let me say this before I go. If the Pac-12 and the ACC play any of those top 3 teams that's in those conferences, they would get dog shitted.
Doesn't matter because now
They would get dog shitted.
But
They
again,
would get dog
now you're
shitted.
switching it. Now you're switching it.
No, I'm
Now
not.
you're
It's
switching it.
competition.
Because what did I
It's
just say?
competition,
What
bro.
did I literally just say? I want you to repeat. What did I literally just say? I said the
What did
top
you
3
say?
teams, they're great. The other 2 are good. They're not saying that.
They're not good enough against those top 3 teams. They're not good enough.
Facts.
At
They're
the
not
end
good
of-
enough.
Facts.
They wouldn't last a day in the SEC. They won't last a day in the Big 12, and they won't last a day in the Big 10. It's a fact.
Which is why they
Truth
are
be
their own
told-
thing. I'm not. Go ahead, Trey.
Truth be told, when you look at why are y'all saying that makes these other conferences better, completely better? Because when I see it, to truth be told, all honesty, the SEC is the only one that has had teams that have been dominant for the most part. The ACC had Clemson, and they had Florida State at one time. It was never a point in which they were both won. And then then the Pac-12, they had USC at one point. Then they had Oregon that has been dominant. Besides that, who else? So what is the argument?
The Big 10 had Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin,
no, they did not.
Ohio
No, they
State.
did not.
What you
No, they
mean?
did
What
not.
do you
No, they
mean?
did
Are
not.
you
That's
serious,
what.
right?
So when I'm asking
No,
the question,
Michigan was
like I
bad for a
said,
while.
listen to what I'm
just
looking
named
at it
4
right now.
teams that's in the
Over
Big
the
10.
last 6, listen to what I'm about to say. Because the question was asked, when was the last time the Pac-12 won a national championship? The last time the Pac-12 won a national championship was in 2004. USC won it. They lost the following. They lost the following year to Texas. After that, the champions have been Florida, LSU, Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, LSU.
How many of those
Alabama.
teams played the Pac-12?
Peep game. They played them because they played them because the USC got thromped by Alabama a couple of times in there, so they played them. And I believe I could pull up that if we want to. When
Oregon got
was the last
smacked
time
by
USC?
Oregon.
Yo,
got
Gritty and
smacked by
Yuki, we
Oregon.
better than them.
So
we better.
But again, like I'm saying, what is the argument in which y'all trying? So where are y'all looking at? Because are we looking at a team or the conference? And in my opinion, the only conference that has been thorough and consistent in all that is the SEC. All the other conferences had onesies and twosies here and there. The Big Ten had Baylor at one point that was hot before they became
Big Ten.
Not the Big Ten. The Big Ten.
No, Baylor is not in the Big
No.
Ten.
It's about
The Big 12. I'm sorry, the Big 12. The Big 12. only had Baylor at one point before,
You're
but
crazy.
they listened to what I'm saying. They had the situation to where they didn't have a split conference. They only had who was the top conference. So in all that time over the last 16 years, there's only been one conference that has been consistently that has had people up and down the conference, and then you had the lower tier. Besides that, everyone else has gone back and forth year after year, where it's like, okay, this is the top team, this is the hot team, but it's never been a sense to where you have a problem when you have it. It's just like when we look at the Western Conference in the NBA compared to the Eastern Conference. SEC has been the only dominant conference over the last 20 years, in my opinion, when you look at it.
So this is why
but you still had to rank them 1 through 5. You still have to rank them 1 through 5.
But this is the thing, Spotlight. What Trey fails to realize is when you look at the Pac-12, and this is what Coach Dante was talking about earlier. When you look at the Pac-12, all you can say that's coming out of the Pac-12 is Oregon and Utah.
Lately,
listen. Not lately, but
yes,
okay,
lately.
Okay, we'll say lately.
Oregon,
we'll say lately.
And it's only been Oregon.
Listen,
Utah's only been a part of the Pac-12 for the last 6 years.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Okay, we'll say lately. But with that being said, when it comes to the Big 12, we have the same teams dominating throughout for the past 5-6 seasons.
Lies and fallacies.
Listen. I'm finna tell you. Oklahoma State. Every season, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Texas, all of them are always in the top 25. Every last one of them. Can you say that about the Pac-12?
Yes, USC, Oklahoma, Colorado. Like, what are you talking about? Oregon? I mean, Oklahoma, USC, Oregon.
That's it.
Colorado, Utah.
Colorado. When is Colorado been?
Colorado was just in the top 25 a couple of years ago because they won the Pac-12 championship.
Bro, can I say one? Hold on. Can I get in here?
Consistency.
Hold on.
That's no difference to what you're saying. You're making the same argument about. You're making the same argument.
Pride, bring out the whistle, Pride. Clear it up, Pride.
Yes, sir. I just want to say one thing real quick. I promise I'm gonna let y'all get right back into it. I promise. I just want to say one thing. I have not seen Trey this passionate since I've been here. It's the fact that he's just
it's not. It's like I would sit up and listen to. I would sit up and listen to all the the hoopla stuff like that. But when I start hearing stuff where there's no validity to what's being said, like I pull out the validity. I pull receipts. I ain't got time for all the BS. I pull receipts. And so when you sit up and break it down and look at it, the receipts is like true enough. Yes, Baylor, Oklahoma, Texas. At some point, yes, Oklahoma but that's State, no different. That's the same thing. That's the same thing with, like I said, with Pac-12. The same thing with the Pac-12. Yes, at some point, we had ranked teams. At some point, we had 5 teams in the top 25. Okay, what the end state is who wins the national championship. At this point, the CFP only allows for 6 teams to sit up and be considered the creme de la creme because they are the ones that's going to most likely play or have some play in the New Year 6 games and in the national championship games. The only teams that have been around there lately have all been ACC teams or a SEC team, a Big Team, a 10, or a Big 12 team. True enough, the Pac-12 hasn't had anybody, but we're not going to sit here and act like that. We don't sit up and put up dogs just like everybody else because only one consistent conference does that, and that's the SEC.
And I will say this, like I said, Bishop, if you don't want to call them great, that's fine. But to just say, like I said, 5 of the Power 5, I can confidently say that both the Pac-12 and the ACC deserve to be in there. And I don't even think that's a debate. I genuinely they both belong in there. Now again, are they the SEC? No, they're not. They're not. But just because they're not the SEC does not mean that they're dog shit. We can't pretend that. Like, if you want to say they're one of the weakest of the Power 5, fine. But if you're the weakest, if you're in a great group and you're the weakest, you might just be good, and that's okay. And that's the only thing I'm trying to say. If you're in a great group, that doesn't necessarily mean the worst person is dog shit. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm as I'm presently constructed now, like with my fat ass, if I get put on a professional team, yes, I'm the worst and I'm 110% dog shit. Well, no lie. But if I'm chiseled and I'm in shape and I'm a good player, the team just have nothing but great players in front of me. That doesn't mean I'm trash. It just means, hey, you're good, you're fine at what you do, but the people in front of you are just better. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. I don't think it's fair to just say, oh, yeah, Pac-12, they're not the SEC, so they're dog shit. They're not the Big Ten, so they're dog shit. They're not the Big 12, so they're dog shit. I'm not saying that at all. So, again, Bishop, I don't know if you want to say some final words on this topic, but all I'm saying is it's okay for them to be good. I don't think we should penalize them for that.
I appreciate Oklahoma for getting Lincoln Riley ready for us. Appreciate Bishop.
So, either way, the Pac-10 is not the Pac-12 is definitely not
the SEC,
the Big 12, or the ACC.
Correct.
I would say that. They are a college team. They are a college. They're a university. They have a team. Their conference is. My whole thing is their conference is weak. They have a weak conference. That's all I'm saying. When it comes to the Pac-12, they have a weak conference.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a legitimate question?
When you're saying all the top three.
Hold on. But again, that's the mistake you're making, because we're not saying they're better than the Big Three. We're not saying they're better than them.
That's what Trey is saying.
I'm not saying that they're better. What I'm saying is the comparison that we're trying to make is not a fair comparison for the most part, or what you're trying to state. Like we're talking about the like you said, let's take the Big 10 versus the Big 12 versus the Pac-12. Who the Big 12 got?
Okay, the Big 12 has Texas, Oklahoma.
Don't say Texas.
Why are we not saying Texas?
Don't you dare.
What are you dare?
Texas has sucked for the past 3 years.
Listen. I'm just telling you. Wait.
Okay, go ahead. Texas, Oklahoma State. Iowa State.
We could say right now Texas is not playing well in the past couple of seasons. Got that. But on a normal basis, Texas is in the top 25. So I'm going to name the team that's going to be in the top 25 from the Big 12. Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, Baylor, Kansas State, Iowa State, Kansas State. Oh, hell, yes. Kansas State, Iowa State.
What did he say?
Iowa State.
Kansas State is decent. They are decent.
Iowa State, Kansas State pretty good.
Hold on. Hold on.
Kansas
When I
State
said
is
someone
actually
was
good.
decent, I got crucified. I said the Pac-12 was decent. I got crucified. So if decency is not allowed, get them up.
Kansas State is better than decent. Pride. Kansas State is better than decent.
Iowa State is good.
I said that. Iowa State, the Cyclones.
Yeah, Iowa State.
That's 6 teams right there for you, Trey. 6. I'm listening. I'm waiting. Now your Pac-12. Let me hear your Pac-12. Let's hear it.
Pac-12 is always Oregon, Utah, USC. At one point UCLA, but it's consistently USC is consistently USC. Just 2 years ago, Washington, Oregon. So it's but consistently is Oregon, USC, Utah.
That's it. 3.
But even the ones you said, Baylor creeped into the top 25 towards the end of the year. They was even on the radar.
Baylor plays well every season though. Baylor is always there.
Okay.
Baylor is always there, just like Kansas State.
I beg to differ, but okay.
What?
Yes, I beg to differ. I'll give you Iowa State. I'll give you Baylor. I'll give you Iowa State. I'll give you Iowa State, Baylor, Oklahoma State. That's it.
What? You're not gonna give us Kansas State or you're not gonna give us Kansas State or Texas.
Texas is like Colorado to the Pac-12.
Come on, bro.
They start out or Arizona State as well, or Arizona. Those teams are also gets into the top 25.
You can't even put Arizona in there, bro.
They get into the top 25.
I'm not mad at that comparison. That with Trey does, I'm not mad at it.
You can't. Pride. What?
I'm sorry,
Coach.
Yeah.
Get him,
yo, Mr. Cooper back.
Get him,
like, yo, I can't be.
Hey, Texas probably 4-7. They probably mediocre. That's how good the Big 12 is, though. But I bet they can beat
Why
Arizona.
can't
You
you say
put them
that
on
about
the
the
field,
Pac-12?
they can beat out. They can beat Arizona
This
and
year,
Arizona State. Both of them. You put them on the field.
this year they could be Arizona, but they wouldn't be Arizona State.
They don't take Texas lightly. Texas are actually better than what they are. They're better than what they are. They're better than what
But
they
that could
are.
be the same thing said for me to say that for Arizona State or say that for UCLA. That's not even a comparison. That's
I mean, that is true. If look, this is how I'm look at it. This is all I'm saying. Now I'm probably gonna get killed for this, but I don't even care. All I'm saying, to sit here and pretend like the Pac-12 is dog shit, I don't think that's fair. To compare them to the top 3, I think is also unfair because they're not. They're not. And Trey, I think you and I both agree on this. They're not. They're definitely not one of the big 3 of the Power 5. But if you're trying to make any argument that they don't deserve to be in the Power 5, I need what you're smoking, because that's the type of delusion I need in my life.
No. No one ever said they don't deserve to be in, because they're better than the WAC. They're better than the independents. We said that. I'm not saying they're not a part of the Big 5. They're good where they're at, but they're 4 or 5. That's it.
And that's
all we're saying.
And right, but that's what I'm saying. Trey, do you agree with me on that front, or are you trying to say that they're 3? Because if you're trying to say that they're 3, that's fine. I'll let you have that argument. My thing is to say that, oh yeah, they're weak. Oh yeah, it's Pac-12. They're weak as shit. No, Lincoln Riley goes, you gonna have to say it because they're weak as shit.
They're weak. They're weak for the top 5. They're weak as far as the top 5.
I don't think
they're the weakest. They're the weakest of the top 5. Put it like that.
I don't think so.
I would say after the SEC, it becomes interchangeable.
Out your mind, Trey.
From what I see, as I said, when you look at what history, what history has put into place, after it starts to move around, it's all the conferences after the SEC have a bunch of people that at some point this was the hot person from this conference. That's all it states. That's all it's saying. ACC with Clemson's. Before that, the ACC in 2013 had Florida State. Between that time frame is all SEC, not the Big 12, not the Big 10, not the Pac-12. That's what I'm saying. And so what you're saying, so it's it becomes subjective to sit up and go look about it.
Let's do this. If you saying that, right, I get it. We know the SEC is dominant when it comes to college football, without question.
Yes.
But when we look at, since the college football playoffs have started, started with the college football playoffs,
the Pac-12 has not been in that.
Thank you. Whereas the Big 12 has. That's all I'm saying.
So has the independent. So has the independent. Does that make the independent a part of
how many teams in the independent? But how many teams have the independent?
It's Notre Dame. It's been Notre Dame.
How many? Not which one. How many?
They've been in it twice.
How many teams? You just said Notre Dame.
There's only 6 teams in the independent, and one of them's Army, UConn.
Is that our fault?
Fault? So I get that, but what I'm saying is it's the same argument can be made because Notre Dame has been in it twice from that conference. Like I'm talking about what y'all see, like y'all trying to talk about from these other conferences. Like and I keep on saying the only conference that has been consistent in this has been the SEC. So when I look at that, yeah, I'm saying. So when I look at that, when you try to sit up and say like all these others, it could be the only one that has not been there is the Pac-12 is Oregon. I mean, is the Pac-12. And the closest that I came to has been Oregon. And at one point it might have been USC, but they lost their conference championship, which completely took them out of it. So it's like, besides that, that's what it is. So I don't dispute that. Like the Pac-12 has not been in the CFP. There's always been Oregon or USC or Utah that has been looked at when it comes to it. So I don't dispute that. I'm not fooled. Like I said, receipts is what it is, and that's what it is. USC or the Pac-12 has not had a presence in the CFP.
That's all I'm saying. Where the Big 12 has, we've had three teams at least in the top in the CFP in the past few years. Oklahoma State, Baylor.
I will say this. I genuinely believe that Bishop, you and Trey are having 2 separate arguments. I will say, I think you guys are having 2 separate arguments because the argument I'm getting from Trey is, bro, just respect the Pac-12. They're not as bad as you're trying to make it out to be. Bishop is like, y'all not better than the Big 10.
The Big 12.
Big 12. I'm sorry, Big 12. Like that's kind of like I think y'all having two completely different arguments.
That's fair.
Because Trey's like, yo, just respect us, and he's like, Oklahoma's like.
That's fair.
Just screaming like the team.
That's
but
fair.
I got one last topic, and this one I want to start with you, Bishop, because you about to get triggered, and I love it when you get mad. Are players wrong for leaving or decommitting from any team, from any college program, regardless of the situation?
So to answer your question, I don't say they're wrong. However, like I spoke briefly yesterday, when it comes down to being loyal, who are you loyal to? Are you loyal to the coach? Are you loyal to the organization or the university? So my thing is, if you're loyal, don't get me wrong. So I just saw today that Weiss, our wide receiver from Oklahoma, Weiss and our tight end both have entered the transfer portal as well. So we lost Weiss, who was a huge,
a whole little crucial piece.
As our tight end. Our tight end was a crucial piece too. Stogner was a huge,
both of them. Yep.
Yeah, Stogner was a huge piece too. So my thing is, you're leaving because a coach left. My thing is, you're leaving and you don't even know who the next head coach is coming in. So where does your loyalty lie? Weiss. It's not Weiss, it's Weiss without a T. Where does your loyalty lie? Is it within the school or is it within the coach? Because if that's the case, if you're leaving and you're not being loyal to the school and you're just being loyal to the coach, you're not giving anybody a fair chance. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to scout or recruiting, a lot has to play. A factor plays a lot on who is the coach in that organization or at that college or university. I get it. However, though, once you make it to that college and you've become a player and you've actually got on the field, I feel like, okay, I understand you still like the coach, you like what he brings to the table, you like his work ethic, you like how he facilitates the gameplay and all of that with the school and with the program. But when do you stay with the organization itself?
Let me ask you a question, Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
So, Coach Dante is coaching at let's say
Texas.
Don't put me on Oklahoma. Don't put me on that.
Coach Dante is coaching at Texas Tech.
Okay.
Texas.
Coach Riley is coaching at ASAP U. Where are you going to play at?
Huh?
Okay, so basically, the point that Trey is making, and if I understand this point correctly,
yes,
Trey,
yes, exactly.
Let's say Coach Dante, who, no disrespect, but for the sake of this argument,
he's not
a good coach, right? And he's coaching at a very prominent school, a school who you know, right? And we'll say it's Texas, right? He's asking, would you go to him or would you rather go to a dog shit program, for instance, like ASAP U, like, for instance.
You ain't never heard of it.
A program you've never heard of.
But you know who Coach Riley is.
Has Lincoln Riley as their head coach. So in essence, would you rather go to the big name program or the big name coach? That is, am I breaking down your question? Okay.
Yes.
So Bishop, that's the question.
So which one?
For me, if Coach Dante is coaching at Texas Tech, and Coach Riley is coaching at and
you was at Texas Tech already, but Coach Riley leaves to go to ASAP U, and Coach Dante is your new coach at Texas Tech. You staying at Texas Tech?
Yeah. I'm staying at Texas Tech because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why, Trey, because I know you probably feel like I'm BSing you, but I'm gonna give him an opportunity. I don't know what this is the thing. If I know that Coach Dante is coming here, I'm gonna check his resume. I'm gonna check what he's good at and what he's bad at. I'm gonna see exactly what it is that he brings to the table to the Texas Tech University. If he's and it all depends. Again, a lot of it also depends on another thing, which a lot of people fail to realize is position. If I'm depending on what position I play, if I'm a quarterback and Coach Dante is a quarterback's coach, and he does, that's his niche. I'm sticking with Coach Dante because that's his realm. That's what he is good at, is coaching quarterbacks. I'm going with that. Now, mind you, I get where you're about to go, Trey. That's Lincoln Riley's thing too. However, but because my loyalty lies within the university, I'm gonna give Coach Dante an opportunity.
Does the rest of the panel agree?
Not really, no. Because let me ask you this. Look, if you're a recruit and they're coming into your house, you're not buying into the program. You're buying into the person selling you the program.
Did you see that?
All right?
So
the person that sold you on the program suddenly leaves. Well, okay. Now I don't even know who my coach is. I don't even know who. You're buying into the person. And when the person leaves, well, so do you. So does your trust. So does your Lord. So everything he sold you, that's what you're leaving with.
Why though?
Look, let me ask you. Hold on now. You got all these schools coming and talking to you. Are you buying into the school? Look, I've never even been to this school. I don't even know anything about the school. I only know about the guy coming into my living room. And that's what I buy. That's what I know. I go with what I know. And what I know is this guy who sold me this line of goods. I don't know nothing about this school because I just got out of high school, for crying out loud. I just got out of high school. I'm not looking at all this.
And Bishop, hold on, Bishop.
Hold on. This is the thing, right? Hold on. This is the misunderstanding that he got, though. One thing, I'm not talking about new recruits. I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about student players that's already been at the university. Yeah, I'm not new recruits is something totally different.
No, but the new recruits are the ones you already brought there with you.
I'm talking about those ones that transferring. I'm talking about the transfer people.
Yep, I'm talking about. And I want to give my 2 cents, Bishop, because I want to explain where I'm coming from. First and foremost,
Rattler is a transfer person.
You just made a big mistake, Bishop, when you said I would research the coach. You want to know why? Because you're saying this is a grown man. A kid who's in college is not going to research anything. Let's call it what it is.
Why?
They're not going to. They're not going to go research the new guy coming in, because this is the thing. What do I know? I know I've had success with Lincoln Riley. I know for a fact I have success with him. I'm comfortable with him.
That's not true, Pride.
I'm going to break down everything.
Where's Spencer Rattler at right now? Is Spencer Rattler at with Oklahoma?
No, he transferred.
Well, he transferred.
Exactly.
You know why he transferred?
I think he was going to transfer anyway. Yeah.
He didn't transfer because of Lincoln, though. He transferred because he got benched.
I was about to say that's a bad example.
That's totally different.
Yeah, he was going to go anyway. He was going to transfer. If Lincoln was still there, he was going to transfer.
He was leaving regardless.
If Lincoln was still out, he was going to transfer.
He even regardless of Lincoln Riley stays or not, he's leaving because he got benched.
And ain't he going to Arizona State?
Well, that's the rumor. That's
the rumor. He's going to Arizona State.
That's the rumor because that's where his home is, all that stuff.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this.
He might end up in LSU. Who knows?
But if they're so loyal to the program, why are they going in the transfer portal? Wouldn't they be loyal to the program regardless?
That's my point. Why aren't they?
But Bishop, let me explain something to you. These kids are not gonna research the new coach. They're not going to. You want to know why they're not going to? Because A, they're young, and B, why the fuck should they worry about that when their voice isn't going to mean shit? Because at the end of the day, the school's the one that hires them. It's the school that goes and hires them. The school has departments that sole job is to go out and not only evaluate the head coach they have now, but to evaluate the future and go see, if we get rid of this guy, what are our options? So again,
so I'm gonna come at you with this one, Pride.
Go ahead.
So right now, guess who the interim coach is for Oklahoma?
Who? Go ahead.
Bob Stoops.
Mm-hmm.
The last coach to win a national championship for Oklahoma. So again, you know Bob Stoops' resume.
I understand. But again, now you're
Bob Stoops' resume. You know Bob Stoops' resume.
Go ahead.
You know he's the last one. He's the one Lincoln Riley replaced.
Yep.
Once Bob Stoops retired and left.
Yep.
You know his resume, yet and still you still leaving.
Here's again. I understand what you're saying about his resume. However, name me one player on that roster right now that was there when he won the title.
Of course not. Lincoln's been,
and that's my hold on. That's my point. Because even not only because we need to understand something. It's not just about the X's and O's. These kids have been around Lincoln Riley, are comfortable with Lincoln Riley to the point where if they have any type of issues, problems, questions, concerns, etc., they can go up to Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln Riley would sit down, talk to them, hear them out, and then explain why things are unfolding the way it was. Spencer Rattler went and talked to Lincoln Riley. And I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot of guys who get benched do not go and talk to the coach because they're bitter and they're angry and they're upset that they got benched. The reason he went to him is because Lincoln Riley had an open door policy where I don't care what your problem is. You think you're getting too many touches, too little touches. You're not, you feel like you want to switch positions. You want to only come on certain plays, like anything like that. Lincoln Riley had an open door. These guys now have to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim a brand new relationship with a guy who, again, to Jay's point, I understand that this doesn't really matter now. Lincoln Riley was the one at their house. Lincoln Riley was the one who was selling them on the future. Lincoln Riley was telling them this is your place. You now have a new guy who, for all you know, even though let's say you're starting running back, starting quarterback, for all you know, your entire thing might get changed. Your role might get changed. You might go from being a number one guy to all of a sudden being you're going to be there every third down guy.
Pride.
Go ahead, Bishop.
So you saying with Lincoln Riley coming to my house as a recruit, as a coach, recruiting me to come to Oklahoma.
Yep.
When a coach comes to your house and recruits you to come to the university to play for them, what does he say? Now, Spencer Rattler is I think Spencer Rattler is a sophomore.
Yes.
Spencer Rattler is a sophomore.
Yes.
Caleb Williams is a freshman, a true freshman.
Yes.
So most coaches, when they come to your living room and sit with you, they're telling you a few things. One, they're telling you with your skill set, you could possibly be or have a great chance. You have a great chance of being a starter at the University of Oklahoma for the next 3 to 4 years.
Correct.
Now, you have sold me on that.
Correct.
As being Coach Riley. Now, put me as Caleb Williams. I'm a freshman. You told me I was going to be your starter for the next 3 to 4 years.
I don't think that's what he said.
That's what they say, bro. Listen, you can't say you don't think that's what they say.
I can easily say that.
You don't know. You
I
don't
can say
know.
that. Bro,
You don't
Spencer
know.
Rattler had the job before a snap, and he was the preseason Heisman favorite.
Listen
There's
to
no
what
way
I'm
you're gonna
saying.
sit there and tell me Lincoln Riley talk about Caleb Williams.
Yeah, listen, bro, you're not gonna listen.
No.
Bro, listen, you're not gonna come to a school that you don't think you're gonna have an opportunity to play.
Okay, if you're saying opportunity, then okay, all right, I'll listen there.
Listen,
but you just said that he would Lincoln
next
Riley
2 to 3 years. I said the next 2 to 3 years, you will be our starter because of depending on Spencer Rattler when he decides to go NFL draft. With that being said, Lincoln Riley is already gone. You have pretty much reneged on what you said. You are no longer the coach for Oklahoma now. You have told me, you have sold me on some BS because you're no longer the coach. You're gone.
That's not selling him on some BS. That's not selling him on some BS.
That is because you came to my living room and told me I was going to be, I had the possibility of being the starter for Oklahoma here in the next 2 to 3 seasons.
And first and foremost, he still has that potential. Well, I mean,
not with Lincoln.
No, I'm talking about being the starter, like remaining the starter.
He does. He's the only one right now who hasn't left.
Spencer Rattler is leaving. But here's the thing.
But he hasn't left. Caleb hasn't said he was leaving. So just saying that.
No. I'm pretty sure Caleb is going to stay. I think he's going to stay. I think especially because the only reason I'm saying that is because he's de facto now their best quarterback now that Spencer Rattler's in the transfer.
Fact.
So I don't think it matters. I think he's just going to stay because why go elsewhere when I can just stay here and be fine?
Right.
Here's my thing. I understand what you're saying about, him selling you on a bill of, of fake goods, right? I get that to an extent. The mistake you're making, this isn't Bill Belichick. This isn't him taking the job and then literally the next day reneging. That's not what this is.
When Lincoln Riley went to Pride, it is one season though. It's still one season.
I understand that, but at the time, he didn't have the USC deal.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying you can go and say that, and then if there's a better deal later down the road, I'm not gonna. I understand people are gonna be upset for him taking it, but if I'm Lincoln Riley, I don't give a dog shit what y'all say about me. Hey yo, y'all could call me every name in the book.
Of course not.
Guess what? When I open up my phone, guess what? I'll go to social media, and you guys will say what you want. I go, fuck, hurt my feelings. Open up my bank account, I feel better. So I understand. You know what I mean? Like at the time, Lincoln Riley didn't have that deal.
But is it about?
So you can't say. But hold on, Bishop. You can't say, "Oh yeah, he sold homeboy a bill of fake, a bill of false goods." You can't say that because at the time he didn't have the deal. Now, if he had the deal at that time, I'm with you, Bishop. Lincoln Riley did dirty, but he didn't.
Let me say this though, Pride. Let me say this though, Pride.
Go ahead.
At that time, Caleb Williams was one of the top prospects coming out of high school.
Correct.
So now, with him being one of the top prospects coming out of high school, and Lincoln Riley comes into his living room and talks to him and saying he has the possibility of being the starting quarterback in the next 2 to 3 years, and then you leave. Caleb could have went to any other university if he because of the fact that he, you know,
and he still has that opportunity.
So hold up. But that goes back to the conversation: is it the connect? Is it the committing to the school or the coach?
Right.
And that was my whole point, right? And you know where I'm gonna commit?
That's why I say it's wrong, though.
No, it's not. And you want to know why? I'm gonna commit to wherever gives me the best opportunity to showcase my skills. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If I'm a student, yeah, college is neat and all, but this is not the end goal. This isn't my apex. This is not where I want to make my legacy. Let's call it what it is. If I could win a Heisman or anything like that, great. But at the same time, if I don't win one, you ain't going to see me crying. You ain't going to see me complaining. Why? Because this is literally a step on my journey. Because the end goal is the NFL. That's where I'm supposed to go. And this is just a stepping stone to it. So me personally, I have no issue with them. I want the players go to wherever makes you not only comfortable, but gives you the best opportunity to showcase your skills. Because at the end of the day, guess what? When it comes to the recruiters, they don't give a shit what college you went to. They don't care where your coach was. At the end of the day, they're going to look at you and say, what do you bring on the field? What intangibles you got? And are you something that we can spend time polishing up? And are you worthy of us picking you? So it doesn't matter where he goes. He could transfer 5, 6, 7 times. You can transfer once every year. No one's going to hold it against you. No one's going to complain because at the end of the day, they're going to look, how are you playing? So me personally, to me, the loyalty, it's to me. That's where my loyalty lies. The school, if you want me, great. If you don't, deuces. The coach, thank you for recruiting me. But at the same time, hear me out. If you're not doing right by me, I'm going to do right by me. And that transfer portal is just a quick walk away. And I have no problem going there whatsoever. So my thing is, for a lot of these kids, the end goal is the NFL. And if that is your end goal, if the NFL is your end goal, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do every single thing in your power to get there. And if
your short goal,
I don't give a shit.
But your short goal is what? To win a national championship.
Nope.
Listen, yes, it is. Listen. When it's all said and done, when a kid comes out of high school,
if you go to a big name, go to a big name program,
right?
If you're saying that, then okay,
yes, absolutely. So the Oklahomas, all these teams, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the SEC, when it's all said and done, when you're coming out of high school, your short-term goal is to win a national championship because there's not too many teams. There's not too many NFL players that are Hall of Famers or in the NFL who has a national championship as well as a NFL Super Bowl. So for you to have both is a big
but it don't matter.
Deal.
But it don't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because I'm telling you.
Listen. Hold on, Pride. Why doesn't it matter? Because if you win a national championship, doesn't that boost your rating up going into the NFL? Does it not? Does it not boost your draft status?
Not necessarily, because then by your logic, if you don't win it, does that negatively impact you?
I didn't say that. I said if you go to a national championship. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Winning the national championship does not make or break your thing.
I
didn't say winning it. I said going.
Going or winning doesn't matter. It does not make or break your draft value. The Heisman has a better thing when it comes to it. The Heisman has better weight when it comes to doing your drafting.
I don't believe that.
You can disagree with it all you
Coach,
want.
do you believe that? Greg, you believe that? Trey, you believe that? Jay, you believe that?
Right? What you mean? You talking about a player?
Which one has more credibility? Which one has more credibility?
Let me ask you a question.
The Heisman or winning a national or going to a national championship?
In terms of your draft stock,
yeah.
Which do you think is more important? Winning a national title, that's what you said, Bishop, right? Winning it or just getting there? Winning it? Okay.
Winning or getting there, either one.
Okay. So either just getting or winning to the national title or winning the Heisman. Which do you think is more important? Because Bishop thinks the national championship improves the draft stock. I think the Heisman.
I'm gonna tell you this. Think about Deshaun Watson. He blew up beating Alabama. When he beat Alabama, he blew up throughout the whole college thing. Lamar Jackson didn't even win a national title. But the Heisman Trophy, being a part of the Heisman case, got him where he needed to be. Jalen Suggs in the NBA from the Magic. How did he get put on notice? Going to the tournament. In the tournament, he got put on notice. Not winning the national title. He got noticed in the tournament when he was going off. He got noticed in the tournament. So it can be that. Winning the national championship puts it more up there, but it don't actually got to be winning the national champion. You can get blowed up in the tournament. Throughout the being a part of Heisman, it's multiple ways. I'm not gonna say national championship is the only way, but it can capping it off. You will love it, but being a part of something big, a tournament, or impacting on how you play and how you carry the program. Yes, Lamar Jackson got blown up because he carried the whole Louisville franchise or program. That's how he got blown up. What has Louisville done ever since they left? Since he left, nothing at all. So Lamar Jackson was Louisville. Jalen Suggs got blown up against Gonzaga in the tournament.
Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith didn't they go to the national championship and win?
Yeah, but hold on.
Look where he was.
He was in the Heisman.
He won the Heisman too.
Come on, Bishop. I got something.
The championship. It was the Heisman that they were hyping up.
Yeah,
no, he played an outstanding game in the national championship.
Bishop,
he played lights out in the national championship game.
But the reason people listen, if you ask people what's more like, when you ask about when they ask them about it, guess what they're gonna say? Heisman. They don't say that first.
No, I don't.
Hey, look, I got something, Bishop. Before Jalen Waddle got hurt, Devontae Smith was the best player on his team. Before Jalen Waddle got hurt, Jalen Waddle got hurt. And Jalen Waddle was the best player on his team. And that opened up Devontae Smith. But they had a plethora of guys. Alabama have a plethora of guys every year, every single season. Right. It's just not one person, just putting them on the map. It was just everybody. And Jalen Waddle was the best on Alabama before he got hurt. Before he got hurt on that, broke his leg on that kickoff return. He didn't come back probably. When he came back in the middle of the season or the national championship, he didn't come back into that.
He tried to come back in the national championship for a brief moment. He didn't last.
Yes, he was the best player.
He didn't really do anything in the national championship.
Real quick, because we're starting to run low on time. Let me get Greg in here. Greg, let's put you in a time machine. Let's throw you back. Let's say you're a recruit, right? They want to, they're pitching all this stuff to you. Where do you feel like your loyalty lies? Do you feel like your loyalty lies with the coach, with the program, or do you feel like it lies elsewhere?
The coach,
yourself, like you said, or is it within yourself?
Yeah, the coach. I mean, definitely, because when you look at college players, most of the time their loyalty lies with that coach, whether it's in basketball or football. When that coach leaves that school, most of the time, most of those players either go with that coach or they transfer somebody else. That's just how it goes. Now, if it was me, my loyalty would be with the coach because I came here, Oklahoma, and we've won all these championships, but I came here for you also because you sold me on this. So when you leave, it's kind of like, well, shoot. So he went to go get his money and stuff. So I'm going to go leave and find me somewhere else to go too, So And I'm not blaming, Lincoln Riley for, getting his money. I mean, get it, but at the same time, I think these players should be able to transfer without having to sit out a year. I think that as well, because if these coaches can just be dipping and leaving and doing, whatever they want to do, these players should be able to leave without consequence to another school of their choosing when these things happen.
My bad. Jay, same question to you. Do you feel like your loyalty when you're getting recruited, do you feel like it's to the coach, to the team, to yourself, or to your family or anything like that?
Man, obviously, your number one loyalty is always to yourself, man. You got to always be right by yourself. Because like you said earlier, I mean, coaches come and go. Programs can switch up left and right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about taking care of you and what you think is best. Obviously, your loyalty is going to be guided, though, by the guy that comes into your living room, because that's the first guy you see. That's the first guy that makes the impression. And you're either going to buy into him or not buy into him. And if you buy into him and then he leaves, I mean, whatever. But your first loyalty is to yourself, but your loyalty to yourself is guided by usually the guy that comes into your living room, and talks to you first, because you're a young senior out of high school. What do you really know about life? So the first impression you're making on you and your family is the guy that actually comes into your living room.
Yeah. I mean, and look, I will say this, Bishop, I do understand why, your point that they should be loyal to the team. I do get it. I do get where you're coming from. But in terms of a young kid who, like Jay said, they're all of a sudden having all this attention from big name college guys who they probably have heard of. You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand something. Not a lot of young kids are really looking at these guys, like they're not really looking at other head coaches. They're just they just hear the big names because of the ESPN and all that stuff. So I'll be honest, I understand your point, but at the end of the day, I don't think, I think at the end of the day, in terms of the kid, who is their loyalty to before they even come in?
Hey, and I want to give a perfect example and a perfect story how I became a coach, how I became actually a coach. So my cousin, her boyfriend coach. So I wasn't even a coach at this time. So I used to go to support my cousin football games, and like I came home. I go to my cousin's house every day to see how he doing, and the coach stopped me and told me, "Man, I think you'll be a great flag coach." Ever since then, he the one got me into coaching. So wherever team he decides to go to, whether it's our own team or a team up the street, I go with him, because me and him and the other coaches that brought me up have the chemistry. Same thing with the kids. It was one time I was coaching a team called the Tigers, and like I say, when I was gone away, the kids wasn't listening to my assistant coach, and just because I was taking care of my grandmother at home, he thought I was ducking practice. And so again, nobody wanted me to coach on that team anymore, because I say they thought I was ducking practice because of my grandmother. So the only reason them kids was on that team and we winning like that, and the parents told me, because I was on that team. That's the only reason they didn't go anywhere. But when I left the very next year, them kids came over there with me, and the parents said I left because you wasn't there anymore. And then the coach that had problems with me, the very next year, I beat the hell out of him with those kids that he had on that team that he couldn't control, that the parents brought over there to me. That's how big that is. When you form a relationship with those kids and stuff like that, and you get them sold on what you're doing, and you get them to buy in with you in your system, that's important. That's why I say relationships is very important. Relationships is very important, and you get those kids sold on what you do and you telling them what they're gonna do, and you just stick to that. Then they're good. Then hey, they're gonna come with you regardless if you're leaving. They're gonna come with you because hey, you're the only one that been knowing. You're the only one that helped them regress, and you don't know. You can't trust no other coach to come in and say, hey, the coach may not promise you that you would do the same thing, but I guarantee you the coach that I go to, hey, that I've been knowing, he can promise me that I know I can be motivated up under him. So I want to throw that out there. That's very important. That's very important too. That's how I got into coaching, and that's how that's how I got kids to even buy in, because the parents even know, they watch how hard I work, and the kids, hey, they cared about me, and whatever, and that meant a lot to me, because whatever team I went to, they came right behind me, because that's how great the relationship was. And it's always important to form relationships, and that makes a big impact.
Yeah, and again, when it comes to this, some people kind of say that you owe the loyalty to the team and all that stuff. And again, might not be a popular opinion, but then again, I always say this: I'm selfish as shit. So the number one person I owe my loyalty to is myself. And because again, you can't really do for your family and all that stuff. You can't do that stuff unless you put yourself as a priority. But I'm gonna stop before Bishop gets mad. I think he's just mad that Lincoln Riley decided to be selfish and make a move for himself, and that's where all this is coming from. But this has been another episode of ASAP in the Morning. I appreciate you guys for watching. Shout out to the chat, and obviously my phenomenal panel: Trey, Jay, Coach Dante, Greg, and Mr. Salty. My bad, Bishop. Obviously, it's your boy Pride. We will be back here tomorrow morning.
Can't wait to see what Coach Dante upsets will be tomorrow. Find out tomorrow. Find out. Y'all won't believe it.
Hey, Pride, did I miss it? Did everybody pick on the panel pick who's gonna win tonight's game?
Yeah,
we did.
I got the Saints.
I got Saints.
I got Saints.
Trey got Saints. Trey got Cowboys, and I'm pretty sure Jay, you also had the Cowboys.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll be a close game. You know what I mean? But
collect them receipts, so we can still talk about it tomorrow.
Yes, sir. That's why I wanted to make sure. That's why I wanted to know who did what.
I got you, Jay.
That's going to be the first thing we talk about tomorrow. And I'm saying this because if Dallas wins, no problem. And when I say you, I'm talking to you, Trey, and you, Jay. You guys will be the first ones open to say whatever y'all want.
Damn
y'all can bash us. Y'all can say what y'all want. Have fun with all this. And look,
Jay said that right.
Yeah, 2 people in the chat.
Make sure we get Freddie on here too.
Hey, Freddie ain't gonna get on here. Freddie, if Dallas win, Freddie ain't gonna get on here.
100%. If Dallas
you notice, Trey, you notice Nate ain't come back with no timestamp. You noticed that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Whoa,
that was another one. That was another one.
You noticed that
I want to say one thing. Hold on, I want to say one thing. When it came to Nate finding Freddie, it took some time.
Okay, I'll wait.
I'm gonna put it to you this way.
Yeah, you gotta give Nate some time. Nate'll find it.
If nothing happens by Monday, remember this. If nothing happens by Monday, I will issue a public apology. Not written either. I ain't gonna hit up my agent and tell him to write me some generic thing. No.
Public off the dome.
It's gonna be straight up off the dome. Yeah, Trey, just like that.
Off the noggin.
Off the dome. But obviously we appreciate you guys being here. We'll be here tomorrow morning. Yep. Be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.